real life.
Yeah. Sucking on it is about as good as it gets. I haven't had bread in 3 months.
This is really good. Yeah, no, actually, this is really good.
George did it again.
Love and marriage, love and marriage, love and marriage, love and marriage go together like a Carabao and track. This I tell you, brother, you can't have one without the other. Love and marriage, love and marriage, love and marriage, love and marriage. It's a life you can't get rid of. Wow. The local Filipinos here and they will say is elementary. Try to separate them. It's an illusion. Try, and you will only come to this conclusion. Love and marriage, love and marriage, love and marriage, love and marriage go together like a Carabao and trike. This I tell you, brother, you can't have one without the other. Life isn't easy with Heidi. Heidi. American wife, so uptight, so uptight. George tries but sometimes cries, but they love each other. You cannot deny married life like no other. Love and marriage, love and marriage, love and marriage, love and marriage go together like a Carabao and trike. This I tell you, brother, you can't have one without the other. Love and marriage, love and marriage, love and marriage.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning, guys.
No, George has been helping his uncle, and he goes out and takes care of him in the early a.m. I never know if he's going to be here. And we told you the other day that he was sick again. He was sick a few months ago, and it is his mother's brother, and they're really close. But the biggest reason I've cut my diet is, it's good to lose weight. So I haven't had bread in like 3 months. And then George comes in with something that looks like an oversized Hot Pocket or toaster.
It's basically a Hot Pocket.
Basically, it was just sweet bread, but it had ham and cheese on the inside. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I got to eat that. So I'm like, it's more about, for me, it's my lupus. So excessive sugar has been really bad. Certain oils have been bad for me. And I'm trying to avoid being on steroids 7 times a day situation. So, but no, it was really good. So, like, dang you, George. Good morning, everybody. George is in the house. The cats are in the house. Where's Mary at?
Mary? She was just right here.
Mary, is she behind either of us?
No, she just went right there.
Oh, she's right here. Hi, Mary. You want to come say hi?
She's wearing a shirt right now.
Yeah. Mary got her haircut yesterday and got her.
We have a new dog. She looks like a new dog. Willie, too, actually.
Yeah, Willie got his, I call him White Boy Rick. See how white he is? Because
she's got a Lulu shirt on.
She's got her Labo shirt on. No, the cats did not recognize her. They beat her up yesterday. She didn't look like herself. And they literally whapped her upside the head about 3 times. But Mary got her haircut. And there's a Cookie. You say hi. See, she looks like a whole different puppy with her haircut,
I know.
Guys.
She looks like a new puppy.
Say good morning. They go, morning. Okay. And I had to put the shirt on her because I was freezing her out with the regular AC that's on in here. All right. So we have a video of an American in Manila, and I'll give you the basic story here in a little bit. Everybody let us know where they're at and what's going on and what's new, and we'll bring you the short clip we have. I think the most heart-wrenching thing of this clip of the alleged theft that this American had done was his kid was with him. like literally wrenching out, Dad, Dad. And I'm like, you took your kid to go steal something? I guess he just thought he could get away with it or something, but not the first time. I seen tons of comments, and like all the comments over and over again, basically was like, "Oh my God, so sad that his Filipina left, and so sad she did him dirty, and his son was with him, and how can they come to another country and steal?" And when I think about it, it happens everywhere. There's all kinds of people from all over the world in America that are shoplifting. Like they just picked up like two women in a shoplifting ring that were from Mexico. I mean, it happens. It's not unusual for foreigners to go broke, or they're just kleptomaniacs or whatever. Like they have to steal it and they've got all the money in their purse. So, but it is sad because the kid is with them. So we will cover that today. Did you really need Cookie there?
She just crawled up here.
Yeah. So, hey, Laura's in the house. What is going on? Vlogging live. Hey, what's going on? K Dallas is in the house.
K Dallas. How you doing, man?
I believe Ted is in there too.
Like Spot says, happy hump day.
Yeah, we already got over that hump and hump.
Yeah, we're in the future. It's Thursday here.
Yeah.
Day.
I'm always surprised when George makes it now these days to the live stream. So here I am with George's cup. So.
Oh, is that supposed to be me?
Yeah, supposed to be.
Oh, okay.
What's up with that?
What's wrong?
I don't know. It tastes like poison.
Huh?
Has a bitter bite to it. I don't know why. It's a good coffee.
I did cut down the rat poison.
Okay. Hey, what's going on, Ted?
I'm joking. It's a joke.
What is going on? And as always, MB is in the house. What's with the pets this morning?
Right.
What is going on, Raymond? Good morning. Good morning.
Everybody loves Raymond.
Everybody loves Raymond. You know who I love? I love AI Coconut Guy. Top of the day, top of the morning to another Angelino. Is it right? Angelino, Dingolingos, Singalingos?
Oh, Angelenos.
Angelino. I don't know why I was going to say Mexican American. It just. No. I heard Cheech and Chong Mexican American. And I don't know. I was watching some clips of Cheech and Chong and their history and everything. But it's like every time they do that song where they're playing in the band. And of course, there's Ted again.
Hey, Ted, how you doing, man?
Mr. Dacus, the navigator. Hello.
Oh, that's Black Grandpa.
Oh, days. Someone else took another L. I'm not sure of that. Hey, you was telling me you seen a big fire somewhere. There was like a whole plume of smoke.
Yeah, I think it's just. I think it's a small fire. I don't think it's anything serious.
Yeah. This morning, something on fire.
Yeah, it was across the street from AU.
Yeah. From Oregon. Slick Rick is in the house. Good morning. And Vlogging Life is in here. You can't hold on to Cookie the whole time.
Okay. You need to get down.
Dirty eyes. I still haven't figured out that breed. We've had all the different ones, like the orange cat and the tabbies and all these different things, a different color. But like I said before, they're the only ones that seem to get what looks like black charcoal in their eyes. And it's not because, like, some of their faces look like the calico or other things in the face, but yet all that breed seems to get like dark black goo in their eyes. It is weird, isn't it? It's only that breed that gets that. Even the yellow one, you'd be able to see it. And it's not dust. They've just always done it. Indoors, outdoors. I don't know what it is. So we have like these cleaning cloths. I don't see my cleaning cloths. They were here this morning.
Yeah.
They're made for pets, and they look like those pads that you clean your face with. Oxy. What do they call that? OxyClean or not OxyClean? Oxy. You remember the
Oh wait,
face
there's
pads
more.
called? There's your Tahoe.
Uh,
Never a dull moment. Oxy something. Not oxymoron. Oxy. I thought it was called OxyClean, but you need to drink some of your Cobra and wake up even more.
Cobra.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the vitamin one. They have a
Merit.
vitamin one. It's like orange juice. It tastes like
Yeah.
orange juice.
Well, the only problem I have this morning, and we're just chatting until the room builds up to bring you this story because that's pretty much people come in. So stick around, make comments. Let's push this live stream around. And if not, subscribe. It makes George happy. And then I won't have to beat him after the fact.
Yeah, to show your sign of support. Next time your partner goes shopping for groceries, volunteer and help her out. But each time she puts 3 items in, you take one out randomly without her knowing.
Or do the opposite like you've done. You throw a bunch of expensive stuff in there, and I'm calculating in my head as I go along. And like 12 items end up on the belt. And I'm like, okay, there's going to be $190, blah, 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 blah. This bank has 20 something thousand in it. And this one has this. And George will throw a bunch of shit up on the belt. Oh, what the hell? Is somebody stuck? You didn't lock somebody between the door, did you? That sounds like a cat stuck. George, when he comes in and out, he locks cats between the screen and the door.
Oh, hey,
George! He did! That is horrible. See? Look who he did. He locked the poor boy in here. He locked Calvin in there. What's up, Calvin? No, he comes in and the boys... That is just bad, George.
Huh?
You never check. He never looks. What is with men? He did. So poor Calvin is stuck between the door and the screen, and I'm hearing this row, 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 and he'll hear it. He'd leave him in there for hours.
I didn't hear. I thought it was one of the cats. Oh wait, it is one of the cats.
Oh my God. So, anyways, thanks for nothing. So I guess my gripe of the day, and gripe is never mind. It's not even worth a gripe. I just will use a different hair cutter at that point. Yeah, we had the haircuts done on the dogs yesterday, and there's always something that they do, and I get the extra mess and the hair outside not being cleaned up and the cigarette butts everywhere. And first off, they throw talcum powder. They put literal baby powder after they bathed both dogs. They dusted them like an inch thick of baby powder. That's not good. You don't put baby powder on a dog. And they shared the same towel with the dogs. I get it. I really do. They have a hair dryer, but they smell like wet dog and smelled horrible afterwards, both dogs. I think they use the same towel. The one towel is for the day. They don't have multiple towels in the back. They're using the same towel on every dog. But the baby powder was a little unforgivable. They were in an inch of baby powder when they handed them back, something they never did before. And we need to get that, please. We can't have that in the live stream. That's going to be extremely loud, sweetie. The cat's got a hold of the bag. But the other was just charging me for a service that should have been in the price. So the price went up by a couple hundred pesos, and it was supposed to be inclusive like all the other people that show up. And I was quoted an X amount, and then it was up by 300. And I'm like, well, what's the 300 for? And they're like, oh, well, we did anal glands. And I said, first, I didn't ask for it. And I said, secondly, you guys didn't let me know or nothing. And just because I'm a foreigner doesn't mean, and of course, George wasn't here. He had left the money. And I'm like, we weren't even going to do it. I was going to clip them this month. And so they were like, they got their hustle on and everything. And they're like, oh, can we come by today? We're in town. And I'm like, okay, I appreciate your hustle. Okay, it'll keep me from doing it. And then this is the first time. This is the fourth month they've come. And I'm like, yeah, that seemed a little shady. Even if it is 300, they should have asked. And it's not the end of all ends. But if somebody does an extra service, it wasn't about the $5. It was about they didn't say nothing, the mess they leave, the dirty towel on the dogs, and it was just bad. So, anyways,
Well,
am I being petty at that point?
not really, because the problem is It's the same company, but it's like any other business when they change the crews, which I guess the old crew doesn't work for them anymore. You have a new one; they're not the same. If that makes any sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it probably is. It's been raining, which reminds me, I have to, our upstairs, because we've got two levels to the house. The windows have been open, but there's been like wind and a bunch of excess. Um, it hasn't gotten that bad. It's never gotten in the house till the other day. So I got to angle the windows a little better to keep the rain from coming in. So Steve enjoying the coming. I'm assuming you mean Chismas. Well, we don't have a whole lot. We could Chismas about just about anything, I guess. But these are actual facts today. We have a footage of an American tears and turmoil in Manila. It seems to be, you said it was Malate. A American father was arrested basically for petty theft at a 7-Eleven. He stole some sort of rum and some other things, and his freaking kid was outside. And when they go to arrest him, it was gut wrenching. You could hear the kid in the background, Dad, and I'm like, what the hell? So I mean, I get it. Parents in America and Canada and other places, they're in their cars, and it happens. But I heard a lot of blame on the Filipina and everything else. So, and really, this just cast a light on more Americans and other foreigners that are coming here that are broke and homeless. We've been showing a bunch of those lately. We showed a video the other day um, that Tasty's Travel, Carrie, she's got an update on that American that she went to the embassy that we talked about. And I guess now she's applying for his NVI. And that's just it. She's in a tight box right now because if they issue the money and he has all the things to get the money issued for him to get out to get a ticket,
Stop.
then you're dealing with, I bet his passport's expired. He hasn't gone anywhere forever. So I believe they issue something like a 30-day travel pass with your passport that's expired to get him
Stop.
out. Then she's got to get an MBI clearance. It doesn't matter. He could have legal cases everywhere because the guy does have mental issues. He's been in institutions here. And on top of that, he's had some legal issues. So there's a good chance he may not even get out. She doesn't know his entire life. So, and then they got to pay the fees. So if she can get the fines dropped through Rafi somehow, like she talked about, and you get the MBI clearance and you get the ticket because they won't issue you and she's got to get the exit clearance. Exit clearance will not be issued until you have the ticket. So she's got an uphill battle. She's the one that's been taking him and getting him help. And so it's just where it is on this one. So I'm actually going to play the video for you guys real quick. Noxzema. He's thrown on top of that, by the way. I read it earlier and translated. Can you tell what that says? If not, I'll get the translator, but you should be able, unless it's the only. All right. Yeah, 1 second, guys. But hold on, guys. I'm trying to get the translator, but let this play.
I know what it says, but I can't translate it word for word.
You're a son? See, Daddy.
Oh man, there's a
Okay na.
Daddy wagon.
No, really, that's what they do.
Yeah, it just loops through. So that's what's heart wrenching is you can hear him calling for his dad. So, and see, they got the cuffs on him. Now he's still proving guilty and all that. That's the normal engine. You gotta go through all that.
Sila kayo na Discord.
There's, what do you call it?
Yeah, it mentions it was a 7-Eleven or something. Is what? Let's see. 1 second. Why can't I find mine?
Oh, he was trying to leave on the tricycle, so they got there on time, I guess.
And put the cuffs on him. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, but it wasn't food; it was alcohol that he had. Supposedly, they mentioned.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Wait,
It seems that Dre is.
No, that's not what it says.
Well,
Yeah, that's not what it says.
You think you're going to get married
No, that's
after
not
you're
what it
in a
says.
different country and you're going to get HND, so you don't know what to do. Well, that's what it says for basic Tagalog. But what?
Oh, well. Yeah, there. Even though my tears are falling, that's right.
Okay, even though my tears
Yeah,
are
that's
falling.
correct. That's correct. That's the first one.
The party you think about when you are fat will finish you. I know. You're from another country. What are you going to do? Okay, so that's what it says. I don't know, because there's Tagalog and then there's a couple different languages.
It's weird. It had a different translation earlier.
Yeah,
but that's the right one just now. The one earlier is wrong.
Yeah, so no, it's heartbreaking because one, he brought his kid with him, and two, it was over alcohol. And it's not surprising. I'm surprised that Filipinos get surprised when expats do stupid shit here. And when I looked up the most recent cases of Americans, Canadians, or foreigners being arrested, can you guess what 6 out of 10 of them were? It was mostly underage stuff or manipulation with kids, and that's crazy on top of it. So I guess this guy stealing alcohol at a 7-Eleven wasn't the worst thing that could have been, done by a foreigner here, but it's pretty stupid in front of his kid and being arrested like that. So insane. So,
Well, what's weird is, I mean, in the U.S., 7-Elevens are never that crowded in the first place, and here, especially here,
they love them some 7-Eleven.
I would say that the traffic is about half than it is in the U.S. Only because of the price. It's usually more expensive in 7-Eleven. So what I'm saying is, if you walk in a 7-Eleven, there's usually only like 2 or 3 people in the store for the most part.
Good.
So what I'm saying is, they can see everything. I mean, the employees are right there. You guys have been to 7-Elevens. I mean, so imagine there's only 3 people in the store. Of course, they can see what's going on. And then the alcohol is right by.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, it's on the side of the cashiers usually. So if I'm the cashier, it's on this wall a little bit to the right, usually. So something like that. Yeah. So it's just.
Ringstoff Avenue, Mountain View, but I am staying alive in Angeles, right?
Oh, you're in Mountain View?
Staying alive in Angeles City. And we can redo a song. Staying alive, Angeles City. Boy, this person, you got a super fan in the house today. So you're Kuya George, and George needs to be happy, and George has got a super fan. Superfan 1417D. What does the D stand for, George? Come on.
He's got a D.
No,
I don't know what a D is.
Morning Antics from Columbus, Ohio. Got a Buckeye in the house.
Oh, hey, Tim. How you doing, man?
Good morning. Yeah, that's actually why we called him Calvin. So as a matter of fact, that was Calvin that George tried to slam his tail in the door and then left him in there. And the other one's Geo, the all black one. He's now got official white on his belly. Oh yeah, and on top of that, the guys tried to sell me a highly expensive flea pill, and I was like, "We already have them. We actually buy them, and we just bought them again, and it does both the fleas and the worms. I believe it's Capstar, but they tried to sell me the Next Guard." And I'm like, we already have one. He goes, but ma'am, he's been bit by fleas. I said, you just cut his hair. I can't see that. And flea pills don't stop everything on an outdoor dog. I said, he came in one day with 7 ticks. It doesn't mean, he's not getting a pill. I had to tell him, but of course, he probably understood half of what I said. I'm like, no, we already do. He goes, but he's got fleas. And I said, but he takes a pill. I'm not going to buy one from you. And these guys were hustling yesterday.
Well, see, that's the thing. I appreciate hustle, but sometimes when there's too much push, then I switch.
I think it's because you weren't here.
Well, what I'm saying, well, it doesn't matter. Point being is, with the push, I would go with somebody else.
They shouldn't have. I mean, when you're here, they didn't overcharge us, and they didn't ask for me to buy a flea pill, which I'm sure was overcharged. And when I looked at it yesterday, it looks like ant bites. So there are ants outside. So I put medicine on it. We have that silver spray. Oh, look what arrived. I'm just actually this morning, just as you was coming in, the oil. That's their fish oil and other oils to help their fur from dropping out and everything. So, but yeah, we got the.
Will that work on my hair?
No. He said she not go back to the States because bedtime was hanging over her head. Yeah, I don't know what that is. 1 second here. Am I missing something here?
Which one? That will be.
What are you, a family member?
Why did you?
What's that?
Oh, nothing. I'm just reading the comment.
Well, you can shout something out at the bottom. I'm checking something out. This doesn't make any sense.
Well, what it is the stupid heart. I can't read the statements.
Yeah, you gotta wait for them.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to.
1417D says regular guy is a friend of mine.
Okay.
Good to hear.
Yeah.
I did talk to that girl. There was this girl right down. It's probably about a mile down here from here, and I did talk to her, and she says she is a friend of regular guys.
Yeah, there's a few of them here. He's always up in here. So.
Yeah.
Well, it's showing some sort of dude. That's not a girl's photo, but you just have some weird random.
Like a spot says, even if my tears will fall, this part. Think if this happened to you, you are caught in another country, you don't know what to do.
Do what?
That's she's just translating for us.
Oh, okay. Hey, good morning, Victor. Yeah, deep fried ice cream, right?
Like a spot, is that Bisaya? I mean, I knew that's kind of what the message was, but I couldn't translate word for word because I don't speak Bisaya. But that's what I kind of got, although it still doesn't make sense to me.
Right.
We just did
Yeah,
a whole political thing
yeah.
last time.
I'll let you guys know what we're talking about. It's what's been going around
Like
on
a
the
spot
internet
says, yes, it's
about
Bisaya.
people. There's a couple articles about the 14-year-olds in the U.S. being convicted as adults, but allows 14-year-old marriages and all kinds of stuff that they're trying to pass or did pass or something. But I don't know the full thing, so I'm not gonna. So that's what I was discussing with them, which is a whole nother matter. Hey, Grammy, what is going on? Maybe they doused them in baby powder because they stunk from the dirty towel. Yeah, they never used it before, but baby powder's not good for anybody, honestly. It's, I get, it doesn't take a big person to use baby powder. Small people use baby powder here, and they got like with the cooling stuff in it, but it's not good on pets. And
I didn't think it was.
no, you can look it up. It's not good. And I get it. So he's trying to school me on my dog's got fleas out there and see he's been bit. And I was like, well, until you took the hair off of him, he is an outdoor dog, but I couldn't examine it. It's like but I get it. But no, it's not good. And they both smell bad after the fact. And that's the second time. Last time, George's like, I smell dirty dog. It smells
Well,
like a wet dog. And I was
see,
like, yeah. And they just had a bath. And I gave them our oatmeal vanilla conditioner all in one shampoo because I figured it was what they were using. And they blow dried them. But the weird part is Mary had little to no hair. And when she came in, she was still wet. So it's just, which would cause that after a little bit.
no, I mean it's a sales tactic. However, I mean, first off, nobody wants any nobody wants being sold something. I mean, sure, let's say you go to Best Buy and look at TV,
He
and
says going to take you bar hopping.
and a
Come
salesperson
and pick 'em
like
up.
sells you the TV. He's not really selling you the TV. He's just trying to nudge you to the TV you wanted in the first place.
Yeah.
So, but nobody wants to buy something they didn't want to buy in the first place. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: if he did that to a Filipino, he has a high probability of selling it. You know what I'm saying?
No, and I get it. It's part of their thing because they also offer vaccinations, and I think the first month they offered me the flea pill because it was their first visit.
But they should not have charged or done a service of the gland draining of the gland first off.
Because not all dogs, they say it's required, but it's usually the smaller ones that have issues, like certain Chihuahuas and yeah, you don't know if it's already been done.
Well, it's something you ask first. Whenever it's like your car.
It's a procedure. Yeah, it's a procedure.
Whenever I take my cars to a mechanic, they would call me up and they would say, "Hey, by the way, we found this
over
issue."
alcohol, and he was.
Yeah, we found this issue. Do you want us to fix it? You know what I'm saying? And
yeah. No, I agree. That's just where I felt off yesterday, and George didn't come home for like 2 hours. But in the message, I clearly asked him about it, and it's the first time in 4 months they showed a receipt. So he had it all calculated. It looked like a professional receipt in his phone. And I said, well, why is it an extra 300 pesos? And he says, oh, because we did their anal glands. And I'm like, all the other companies include it, and they're cheaper than them. But we were used to these guys coming. And I know it sounds petty. It's just one of those things that it's weird. They didn't try the sale of, well, they did try to sell the pill the first time, but the extra charging and stuff and
no, they shouldn't
didn't happen. Because I said to them, he's not here. He's left me X amount of money. Can I get a price? And then so they knew you weren't here.
Yeah, it's kind of like when I had the cats neutered and everything, and then one of the nurses says,
"Hey George, you're bringing sexy back."
Yeah, we had a complication, sir.
Say thank you.
It's gonna cost extra. Thanks, F16 product. So no, I mean literally the cat's like splayed on the table. She's already opened up and everything, but they still had the decency to say, "Hey, sir, there's a complication. It's gonna cost extra, okay?"
Yeah, it just that I guess that's where I was at. It wasn't over. It wasn't over. I mean, we ain't that dang broke. It was the fact that
It wasn't about the money. It was about the principle that they should have alerted you. Well, first off,
and they did leave. You did notice all the extra hair this morning after it stopped raining? There's like dog hair in the front of the house. They picked up most of it, but it's
Yeah, now on the expat,
it is very sad.
Yeah.
Even if my tears will fall. Yeah, that's where you're translating what it said. Yeah, I guess I had it on 2 different languages. Real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to figure. I just wanted to say hi to our
Yeah.
Philippine journey
Hey,
and
Mike.
happy birthday, Mike. We had
Happy
left a
birthday, Mike.
message. We caught up on your live stream yesterday. But happy birthday to Mike, our Philippine journey.
Yeah. Now, this expat. Okay, again, I'm not picking on him. I'm just now. First off, a lot of you probably like. Here's the thing. He's kind of, in my opinion, I don't.
Oh, hold on. Jose said, "Say ho, pass me back my wine. Wino in the house. Ho, say it, George. Say ho, pass me back my wine."
Anyway,
Right.
so now this expat again. Oh, hey, Black Grandpa.
What's going
Now,
on?
so this expat. Now, some of you are
Good
probably
morning,
wondering, like,
Grandpa.
why does he have his child with him? I, I think, again, I don't know his situation. Unless
Pretty
somebody in the
bleak.
chat knows what's going on. What I'm saying is, first off, if it's not his country, okay. What I'm saying is, he has no relatives or anything to say, hey, I'm gonna do some errands. Can you watch my kid for a second?
Well,
So what I'm
alleged there
saying
was a
is,
Filipina,
no,
so but she might have been asleep or at work. She could be an OFW. It's
right.
hard
We
saying.
don't know. We don't know. So did he take the child with him? Yeah. Did he do something bad with the child still with him? Yeah, but he would have done the bad thing no matter what.
He
So,
would have did it back in
but
America.
here's the other side of the coin that is, honestly, I think this is where it's at. It's possible that he kind of hoped he would get caught.
I don't know about that. I just think his behavior, like we said, not my monkey, not my circus, bringing your circus over here. That same circus monkey would have did that shit back in America.
Yeah, Chad.
He'd have drug. He would
Yeah,
have dragged. He would have drugged that.
let us know why you think he did that. I mean, because, I mean, did he do it so he can get deported? Did he do it so the child would go to CPS? I don't know.
I think he did it because he's
Did he
the
do it?
wino, and there
Well,
he
that's
went.
another thing. Did he do it because he thought that he's a foreigner that let him slide?
The man had no shoes on. He looked like he was sleeping on the street. So it's kind of out there. So it's not fun thinking about foreigners making so much stir in the Philippines. Some of them go back after other expats. I look YouTubers reporting incidents. Some have that ownership mindset in the Philippines. Yeah, I'm kind of picking up on that and not any interpretation on that one.
Yeah.
Right. I have no idea. That kind of goes all over the place, but I kind of get it. But the some have an ownership mindset. That's most foreigners that arrive here. It's a whole different mindset when you come here to the Philippines, anyways. So, Heidi, why did you let a Buckeye up in here? Right? Because I am a Buckeye. So, yeah. Yeah.
Mark says if you commit adult crimes, you should be charged as an adult. I agree.
No doubt.
I agree. And a lot of minors have been charged as adults because of certain stuff that they did. Yes.
Well, regular guy has been here forever. So, I mean, everything you're saying is what everybody knows from his live streams, anyways. That's where he hangs out, that's where he records, but he goes everywhere. Yeah, I mean, he just doesn't stick in one place when he comes to Angeles City. So, hey, what's going on? Geo is in the house. Having your coffee in Bangkok. Bang, 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 bang.
Oh, Gio? Gio's in the house?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Gio. How you doing?
Yeah, Messiah. Yeah.
Yeah, like Spud says, or Eastern Latte, I can't understand. No, there's so many languages here. It's hard to keep up, to be honest with you. Like I said, I can kind of get what they're saying, but I couldn't translate word for word.
Right? Smoke them if you got them. Right? If you're stealing alcohol, tip it. Right? I mean, get your whatever on. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe his Philippine is ugly or something. Maybe he just, I don't know. Maybe things are tough where he is, so he needs that alcohol. And a bag. Can I get two? Can I get 2 bags?
He could have went to the local sar store and asked for utang. They would have let him. You see, he's white, and they're gonna be like, okay. Know what I'm saying? Can I? Yeah,
Can
no,
I?
seriously. I mean, if
They probably
if
would have as
Heidi
a
if Heidi
foreigner
goes to the sar
and
store,
said, "Can I open credit?" They'd probably
yeah,
do
they'd
it.
be like, oh yeah, sure, sure, take what you want.
Especially, it was funny because George likes snacks. He gets snacks for me, right? And since I've been here, what have I been on 4 different times? I had quit eating junk and everything. People got disappointed in town. It's not like I was eating that much, but George was going and getting stuff, and it was like George was like, they asked about you today. I said, dang man, what do you mean they asked and stuff? But that's because George would always go and get Panda Cell. That was the biggest thing. You would get Panda Cell for breakfast every
No,
morning.
somebody did ask for you. Who
Yeah,
asked for you
probably
with
the
this
Panda Cell
salad?
person. So he would get X amount of Panda Cell almost, or the Tahol or something. And we would do it like every day sometimes. Yeah, see, he brought bread today. And it's like when I gave it up 3 months ago, but yeah, no, just based on my fluffiness and whiteness, they would open a big credit line. That looked like a pretty big,
And
fluffy white
7-Eleven's
guy.
version of Hot Pockets.
Is that supposed to be the same one, like the cheese and whatever?
This is spicy beef.
Ugh.
You had ham and cheese.
Yeah, now that I did break.
And look, this is thin. The one you had was thick.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird why this is thin. It costs the same. Feels like I got
Okay.
gypped.
So 1417D is a resident, so he doesn't have to leave. Yeah, if you commit him, yeah, just where it is, it doesn't matter. But he brought the mentality too.
Yeah. So tourists. Yeah. I mean, you have 3 years to renew it, and then after that, you have to leave the country and then come back.
And I'm surprised. Here's the thing that I heard that made perfect sense, and probably our up and coming live stream, is that I just heard that newest couple on 90 Day Fiance, the Filipina is with that disabled guy. He's got that brittle bone syndrome. I had a nephew that passed away from that when he was under 3 years old, and the Filipina said there are legal rules here in the Philippines. She goes, but nobody follows them or something. But it's the way she said it's illegal. I'll have to get exactly how she put it, but it was funny. She was telling the truth. Is that basically there are laws, but she flat out told him
No,
that
there's a lot
nobody
of things
follows
that,
them.
like,
Nobody follows them is what
for
she said as a
example,
Filipina.
like the birthday party. Remember, I just mentioned it like last live, I believe. The birthday party kept on going until 3 in the morning, and they were loud.
Yeah,
But
they did.
by law, you're only allowed to make noise up until 10, and then after that, it's illegal. But of course, the neighbors are not gonna, report them. It's the guy's birthday, for crying out loud.
Here's the thing. I did give him the baby powder stuff that was for pets. And he doused her like with 10 sprays of it. I couldn't believe it. These guys for sure are not. You got to understand that if you have a dog groomer coming, more than likely the people that show up at your house, the massage people and all these other people that come or that you go to get these services from, not all, but some are not even licensed or some are just based on training. But no, these guys are young and they've actually been here. I think that's the third time we've actually seen them. And
It's real.
okay, well, let's see. And so that's actually where we are. Oh, well, yeah, look who it is.
Oh, is that Michael Onstad?
It's Michael Onstad. Yes, always, as always, inside of our description is Michael Onstad.
Yeah, for those of
What
you
is
who are
going
not
on?
familiar, it's again, like we always say, pum 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 pum, Michael Onstad for all your
Health
insurance
insurance
needs.
in the Philippines.
There you go.
No, he's a great guy. If you guys are able to get insurance, he's gonna get it. If you ain't gonna get it, he's gonna say just forget about it. Because there is limits. But if there's one man, and a lot of us expats that are vlogging actually recommend him. A lot of the big vloggers will promote him because I know he'll get the job done. So we don't get any, aside from the sticker he gave, we always keep his information because it's good for the actual expats. and he will get you the best price. And if you can't and you're down to nothing, he'll say, okay, we'll go apply for what is the one here in the Philippines?
Phil Health.
Yeah. And he'll say, hey, if that's
Hey,
all you can do,
Michael,
at
do you
least
have
he'll
stare
advise.
insurance? My friend wants to know if you have stare insurance.
I don't know if he sells life insurance. I need you to go upstairs today and bring down the cat sheets. I just said cat sheets. Say cat sheets 3 times.
Cat sheets, cat sheets, cat sheets.
Cat sheets. What is that? What's the closest word in Tagalog? Cat sheets.
Huh?
Is there any word like cat sheets? Thank you, Michael. Appreciate it. Cash sheets. Rock the cash sheets. Rock the
Right.
cash sheets. Sharino like it. Rock the cash sheets. No, there's an oversized pet bed that we put like a small blanket over. I just washed the gray one yesterday, but you could see the cat hair all over that, so I gotta wash that today.
Bamsey Moy, zombie cats in the USA now. Okay. Are you okay? This is somewhat like he's Bamsey Moy is not joking, actually, but cats. Okay, now there's an epidemic going on with rabbits, and they're transmitting a disease, and they look like they came from Resident Evil. I'm not joking.
You talking about? I just
Yeah.
seen it recently.
But
So
they're-
that was
cats-
because that was
cats
on like
now-
a regular news.
Cats
so
now have it.
I don't know about cats. I seen the rabbit. That
No,
had
it's
tentacles or whatever.
it's not tentacles. It's just matted fur. It's what it is they have pus building around, and then when they burst, the 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 fur gets matted,
It
and they
gets
look like
rock hard.
they look like
Yeah.
tentacles or horns. That's what it
Uh-huh.
is. So maybe cats have that too now. Don't touch them. Don't bring them in. Don't do anything. Don't spread it.
Yeah, I mean it's already bad enough. Like we've seen the cats in the U.S. and here, especially here, they'll get like where they get the bacteria under their chin, and it looks like they're breaking out. But I guess it gets really bad and becomes
Yeah.
infected. And
The cure for that is a 50 caliber Desert Eagle. Just saying.
No, I agree, lack of spot. It's a medical treatment. And usually I took the cats. I took my chihuahua to a vet to have that done. And usually you do need some sort of, you don't need training to actually do
Well,
it. But
you just reach in, you stick it in, you stick it in the hole, and then you push down.
and how else, George?
Well,
And then express yourself.
depends if it's are we talking about animals here? But anyway, point being is they should have
They
said
should have
something.
asked.
They should have asked.
And Willie, especially, you charge me for a dog that weighs like 15, 16 pounds out there to express his glands when he lives outside. If he wants to express himself, he'll do what George does, drags his ass on the concrete and gets the oil out himself.
Correct.
True story.
Mhm.
Or push him down the stairs and let it bump out. Bump, 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 bump. And out comes the oil, and then we'll just use it to cook something.
Yep. Hence this my behavior. There's always a stick up my hiney hole.
That's me.
That too.
Okay. Hey, our Al Coconut guy. That's a great name. Yeah. Cats' anal glands aren't as full as dogs. Yeah, just leave them alone. Yeah, I agree with you. Yes, happy birthday to Mike.
Michael Onstad says he has all forms of insurance. So yes,
Oh,
he has
snap.
stairs insurance. Yes.
George says I'm gonna live downstairs like you do most of the time.
Right.
I'm gonna stop going upstairs. Yeah.
Basemoya's Last of Us was a documentary. There you go.
Slick Rick. It says, I heard he's got a party, but I don't know when. And
You know who I'm tired of? Pedro Pascal. That's who I'm tired of. So anyway.
what's with this Pedro Pascal? I don't even know who that is. Somebody said
Yeah,
that's
you
all they.
do. Pedro Pascal?
Yeah.
What, you never watched Grogu?
No.
Baby Yoda?
No.
What?
No. I mean, I know Baby Yoda.
The guy in the suit is Pedro Pascal.
Then how come people want him under his Christmas tree?
Okay. Pedro Pascal is also in Last of Us. That's what I mentioned. Okay. I don't like the guy. He's creepy. And this is before.
Hey, Harry's in the house.
If you pay attention to his behavior, he's. Okay, I'm not saying he is. but to me, his behavior is very creepy. Anyway,
which is really strange. Why AI? I would like to know why you would say that. First off, he is a.
no,
We've
I'm
talked
Filipino.
about
I'm
this.
Filipino.
Yeah, I mean, and he's been home for 5 years. So even if you would think he was born and raised back in the U.S. and he's been here for 5 years. No,
But
he is a Filipino citizen, born in the Philippines, had a family and a fiance slash wife, which I'm almost sure of that. But he had his
wait,
own
what?
deal before he left.
I have a wife
You did.
other than you.
Well, you probably do.
Which one?
Anyways, the whole point is George wasn't a kid when he left. He's not a 6-year-old when he arrived in America and was raised over there. He just happened to be over there for a little bit.
No,
But he's
no, no,
been
no,
home for
no.
5 years.
I was raised in the wild, running barefoot with the dingoes.
He went to college here.
Yeah.
His
I
kid
was
was
there
like
when
4 when
they
he
abducted
left. He was here
Rockefeller.
for through Pinatubo and everything. So he was an adult when he left here. So yeah. So I don't. Yeah. No. So then no. The answer is no, all the way around. Good morning, Lucca.
Yes, like a spot. Yes, he was in Game of Thrones. Gladiator. No, 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 Narcos. Yeah, no, no. He's in a lot of shows, and
If you show me his, I'm better. I'm really bad at names
no, no, no,
and
no.
words. I get all tangled up.
You
I'm
won't
like,
really
get to
know
be.
him. The only lead role he started in is Mandalorian, but he had a
I
helmet
bet if
on.
you show me his photo, because somebody showed him wrapped up. They actually showed a body wrapped up in like Christmas wrapping, and they're saying that's all I want for Christmas. And
No,
they gave his
he
name,
was
and I'm like, who's
he was
that?
a supporting cast for most of the time up until recently, but right now he's oversaturated.
And you're right, Mark. You turn around, and there you are. Yeah, whatever persona or whatever you had in the U.S.
Yeah, you won't.
I do know him.
From where?
That's hey, what's the matter with you? Hey, isn't he the come and get your love? Isn't that the one that is with Baby Groot next to him? Isn't that the guy?
No,
That's
wrong,
not him.
wrong show. That's Guardians of the Galaxy. That's
Yeah,
Chris
that looked
Pratt.
like him. Okay, but I know his face anyways.
No, that's Chris Pratt. This is somebody else.
It looks like him, just like all you Asians. I'm gonna get
Well,
that arrow to put on your
that's
head so I
probably a
can
better
find
one.
you
That's what it
next
looks
time.
like.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I see.
No. You're thinking of Chris Pratt.
Okay.
Yeah.
But no, it is. If you come here crazy or anxiety like me, my anxiety didn't go away. Me being a Karen or being opinionated ain't never going to go away. If I'm going to slap George in America, I'm going to slap his ass here.
Pretty much.
If I'm going to have sex with him over there, I'm going to have it here. None of that stops. One in the stink and one in the pink and one up your nose. That's still going on here.
It's like this. It's like this.
I put one in your nose. One's in your nose.
Yeah.
See, I flip it around.
Or you can flip it around. Yes.
Yeah, so you can smell it. So one in the stink, flip it, and put it in your nose. So that didn't stop.
Yeah, you go like
here.
that, and then you go like this.
Didn't stop. Ugh, that didn't stop. Me wearing glasses when I read sometimes, but all of it goes. If you're pedo, the pedo stuff happens here. If you're after underage girls or young girls, it happens here. You guys just don't start no new miracle life. Your shit carries over. Zombie cats, yeah. Good morning, Victoria. What is going on? Heidi, George, and chat crew. What is going on?
Now, like a spot, this is a good point. I saw. Well, first off, depending on the Filipino or the nationality.
Angelo, good morning.
Negaspot says I saw a video about reverse culture shock. It's when local goes back to the origin country and after a long time feels like a foreigner. No, because things change. Yes, of course. I mean, and then you realize that it's not it's people don't behave like they used to. In fact, I recently had a Filipino say that my behavior is basically, they didn't say this in these exact words, but they said my behavior is rare nowadays, which means that Filipinos used to behave like I did back when I was here, and now that I'm here, Filipinos see the past in me, because they said they told me literally like, people don't behave like you anymore. So that tells me like, oh, and that's not the first time I've heard of it. It's kind of like, yeah, even I was like shocked because um back then you couldn't ask any stranger in the Philippines and they'll help you out. Now not anymore. It's kind of like in the US back in the old days when I was there. When I say hi to anybody, they would say hi back with a smile and wave and everything and then start conversation with you. And right before me and Heidi left, that's gone. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is same thing. If you guys again, like I said, like I had Americans tell me, George, don't go back to San Diego. It's not how you remembered it, and that's in the U.S. So what I'm saying is, in the Philippines, yeah, of course, it's not gonna be the same anymore.
Yeah, 1 second. But my new girlfriend liked your vlogs, just chilling, watching her, watching your vlogs. Thank you so much, and hello to her, and big shout out. Steve is in the house. No, no, yeah,
Gio says, "One night in
yeah,
Bangkok makes a hard man humble."
right. Dun, 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 dun. Where was the incident where the Israeli tourists had weapons? There's been a couple. There was a female Israeli that was rude to a bunch of Filipinos, and there's a couple. I think there was even one somewhere in Thailand where a few of them stole from a bar. Like they took the tip box and then they made them put it back or something. But it was mostly just taunting. But you still don't rip a box off a table and try to take it and then got caught for it. But yeah, I don't know anything. Yeah, Michael, just like you said, so all of it. And we did post that. If you guys haven't, go sign up for our Facebook. Well, we have an official Philippine Antics page, and then the one does say George Mendoza. And if you put it in, you'll see his photo, and it'll actually say official Philippine Antics page. Because we initially were years ago, we set up one page, and back then they didn't have it where it was supposed to be a creator, which was 5 or 6 years ago. So we actually had Philippine Antics, first name Philippine, last name Antics, and then later they said we couldn't get the blue check on it. And we went through switching, but anyways, go check it out. We do have the video that he's talking about. Um, yes, there's been quite a few incidences here lately of Filipinas actually wielding weapons in the streets, and this one that he's specifically talking about because I'm the one that reposted that one. Oh, there's that guy. This guy. This is another one. I'd shown you the other one, but the guy whooped his ass afterwards. So it's hard saying what's going on in a lot of those. You see where he beat him in front of the cop? And here's the thing. I'll have to find exactly what that Filipina said on 90 Day because pretty much she goes things that I think she said things that are illegal are legal in the Philippines. Don't get him wrong. You be the first to go down as an expat, but when it comes Filipino to Filipino, believe me, it's like I don't know, but no, it's there's been quite a few of these. See, here it is, George. Is it the same one? I'm trying to see if it's the same.
Yeah, it's the same.
It's the same one
It's a
from a
different
different
angle,
angle. But there was another one where they literally, there was a guy with a bolo that was on a highway swinging at people as the jeepney went by. It's hard saying. I think there's just different levels of crazy everywhere. I mean, it's hard saying what he's upset about. I don't know. What do you think is the cause of these events, George? Besides, what do you think? The lack of nookie, lack of rice, lack of
We
ricey,
don't know.
lack of rice.
We don't know.
Oh, come on. Let's hear your wildest guess. Make something up. Go.
Pizzagate.
It's Pizzagate, more like Beergate.
Oh, you don't know what Pizzagate is? Pizzagate's a real thing.
Okay. Well, how can that be?
No. What I'm saying is, um, now you have to remember that most of the time when somebody does this, a lot of times they don't think they're in the wrong. They think they're justified.
Okay. So your statements get stranger and stranger for me because you said you're a permanent resident here. You know all these things you've been stating, but you don't know if hospitals take insurance based on watching all these YouTube channels and living here.
Normally, you pay cash first and then get
I mean, I'll
reimbursed.
answer it, but yeah, it's kind of, I mean, I guess it's a legit question for somebody that's allegedly lived here for a little bit. Because in order to be a permanent resident, that means you've been here for a while. So, minimally a while. So, the answer is you pay cash most of the time up front, depending, I would say probably 90% of the time it's all self pay. And if you have insurance back in the US and you're here just temporary, you usually still have to pay up front or get authorizations. So, The Last of Us was a documentary. No, I think The Last of Us was a show, right? Oh, you mean the show The Last of Us? Was it a it's a TV show, isn't that the
Well, actually, it started out as a video game, and then they made a show, and that's Pedro Pascal as the lead character. And keep forgetting the girl's name because they also changed her with somehow it looks like the same girl. But anyway, although I think Ellie's prettier in the video game. But anyway,
you might discuss Expat Jim, which we did. We covered him like 2 live streams ago. I mean, the rest of it is just a nightmare. Oh, I found out what was going on. He did say his muscle got split. That's why it looked like somebody ripped through it. It is split. What causes that? Weightlifting and it split out? No. And there was like a whole debate about him being on steroids and the injection of that HRT or whatever that stuff is.
TRT.
And he's a hot mess. The man is in and out of the Philippines. And I think the last time he was at a hotel, and that man's just a hot mess. But yeah, if he's going to stay away, I don't think he can stay away from her. And someone made this, it could have been you. Someone made a statement. They're like, why doesn't he get a woman in America? I don't know why he can't. Because I wouldn't deal with that. I don't care if I'm heavy set and fat and look the way I wouldn't date that dude. I mean, you think us women want guys like that anyways, or vice versa? All the guys have, oh, I'm coming to the Philippines because I don't want to date a woman my age. If you're taking a look at them, they're all dried up and they got attitude. That same goddamn attitude and all that shit's over here. But the whole point is, don't nobody want to date Jim either. Don't be rubbing that he can go get somebody there. I doubt it. I mean, the man is how old? 53 and looks 73.
Well,
It's not easy for anybody to date over a certain age, but he ain't exactly no looker. And
well, that's why I said you have to know your value. If you don't know your value, then it doesn't matter whether you're a good person or not.
yes,
If you're
or
out of
what
your
you
league,
look
you're out
like.
of your league. And I don't mean that as in levels, because first off, we're all I tell Heidi all the time. Doesn't matter who or what we're talking about. I always say,
You've seen this one, right?
yeah, I always say that we're all equal. Nobody's better than anybody else. And like the best way I describe it is, that everybody has the exact same full glass when they begin, and then it's up to how that glass is distributed among the attributes, aka
Correct.
strength, intelligence, charisma. But everybody has the same. So some are stronger than others, but they're weaker at certain things, that kind of deal. So I always tell Heidi, like, everybody's equal. There is no superior race
Yeah,
or,
for the guys that are picking these young girls that look good and everything, most of them are not cooking or cleaning and on their phones all day, but they're just happy because they're young and they look like arm candy. And then they think the girls will take care of them when they get older. Does it happen? Yes. I'm not doubting that some of these wives, got these skills and everything, but it's like you keep hearing over and over again about why I chose George or why George chose me, and how can you be with somebody like Heidi that's so big and mouthy and all that. And it's like everybody's got something, even Jim, even even all these guys, even Brokeback Mountain. I don't remember the guy's name already because I already forgot about him. But everybody, even the drunk old dude out in the mountain, has something. He can make meat. He knows how to make bacon. He's paying to bring all these animals in. Maybe he's really good with the hogs and pigs. Who knows? Everybody's got something. It's
No,
like
they have everybody has something.
it's
Yes.
like pouring into a cup and everything, all these different
Now,
attributes. Like if I didn't cook or clean or didn't have any other bed skills or something, or suck like a hoover or something, which by itself qualified me without knowing how to cook, and George can just eat grilled cheese the rest of his life. There's always something, guys. But I have where I will beat the shit out of somebody over my family. That's score number one. It's like I will protect my family down to death, man. So either be about it or not. It's just everything. And I was watching that latest episode of 90 Day Fiance and all those couples and stuff. And it's like, okay, well, you can deal with that. What are you complaining about? You got this, and that. And it's like, but some of them, of course, it's scripted, most of it. It's like, you can't just give up on somebody based on one thing or because they can't do this. It's like, oh my God, she's got an attitude and she's controlling all the time. It's like, yeah, but what else is she doing? And why does she have to take control? You know what I mean? There are reasons why. I mean,
well, like I tell Heidi when we were watching these
if they're
shows.
absolutely useless, dump them then.
Well, that's the thing. The issue is kind of like 90 Day Fiance too. You can see the discrepancies there. What I'm saying is we're not picking on an expats or anything like that. We're picking on human behavior. People, again, I'm not gonna name any names, but people of that kind tend to aim for younger girls, because that's what they want, which is fine. It's okay. You can try to get somebody younger than you, but and they know they can't do that in the US because you just can't. I mean, more, Western women are more educated, they're more independent. They're not as here I wouldn't say needy. I guess here they're more
I think
well,
it's like everywhere. We've discussed, I mean, I think the Filipinos tend to be, you're talking about like in general,
yeah, in general, yeah.
it tends to be, like I said, it's like being back in high school and everybody wants to have fun. Nothing wrong with that. They want to put things off. They're a little passive. They're happy go lucky. They're the nicest people. Then you got bad seeds like you do in America. But I think here they just want to put off everything and live day to day. And that's hard for most foreigners to deal with. It's
No,
hard to
and
live
they
day
don't
to
they don't want to
day. They don't want to
accept
stress or deal or
they don't
accept
want to
or
accept that they're old.
yeah, that too. I was trying to tell our daughter, I was on a video call with her, and I was like, I'm old here. I mean, I told her, I said, I just turned 54, and I said, I'm telling you, they look at me like I'm 74 because after a certain age in the Philippines, really old, I keep forgetting. It's like, half the time I don't even put a bra on, and I'm out there freewheeling in the front, whatever. It's like nobody cares about me. Nobody's looking. I'm not dating anybody. I'm not trying to impress nobody. But I used to get all ready and make sure my hair was brushed before I went out there to feed the dog at 5 o'clock at night. And it's like, well, wait a minute, shit, I'm old. I ain't out there trying to impress nobody. And it's like I'm just gonna go out there and do it. And so it's not a and you are at a certain age, you're just old here. I don't get the now they got the flashlight looking for Big Mike insurance in the house. I don't know what's the not sure on that one. Not sure. Oh, okay, yeah, Pedro Pascal. Okay, yeah, Gladiator 2. That's where because I just watched that recently. So he looked like the guy from Galaxy or whatever, but now I realize in my
Yeah,
mind
no,
it is
Chris
a
Pratt.
different guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, good morning. Ruby is in the house. What is going
Yeah.
on?
Yeah, and Ruby says again, get your market value or assess value. That's a good point. Yeah, know your value. Know your value and know the person you're attracted to, their value. And then, you know.
Hmm. So, George, you're a Phil Am. Well, isn't Phil Am mean you're married to an American or a foreigner?
Yeah, something like
The
that.
real definition, yeah, it doesn't. But I'm pretty sure that's the out. I always got confused because so many people use that in the wrong definition
What
when they
was
say
No, that's what they
Phil-am.
always say to foreigners.
Yeah, I think it's anyone, just not,
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, again, and again, now
Phil-am, no, Phil-am stands for, as there, stands for Filipino American.
no, I'm aware of what the
I thought it
definition is,
always referred to.
but that's not how it's being used.
Correct. They put that on everybody. I'm
Yeah.
referring to people because I see Phil-am under Canadians and stuff. You'll see the Phil-am, and I'm like, that doesn't mean foreigner. It actually does mean American.
Yeah, and like I said, like before I settled, like
No. So the
before I
answer is
committed
no.
to Heidi, okay, Heidi was aware that I was dating different ages of women, older, younger, doesn't matter. Because again, first off, again, it doesn't really matter as long as
Yeah,
they're
he
legal.
dated black women.
But here's the
and
thing.
other Asian
No, I
women.
did go out with African American women and
Japanese.
Asian, and yeah. But the thing is in all honesty, I had more fun with older women because the younger women, again, no offense to anybody. First off, fact, I've been here on Earth longer than they have. What does that mean? I know more than they do. Correct. It's like when you say things, they're like, huh? What? And then you have to tell them.
Yeah.
Well, this. How do you do this? This.
Yeah,
this
you don't want to go through. I don't.
I don't want to be a groomer.
It's.
You know what I mean?
I can appreciate the guys as long as it's not something ridiculous, and you're bringing like that 40-year, 45-year age gap couple that just had that, or that she's pregnant now. And there's so many things. Mark Thornton, every man, and all that. That was too much. And then what happened? He died, and his kid wasn't even 6 months old. And these things can be bad, and there is a lot of differences, and it does cause some issues. But I get why the guys do it because, like right now, I feel 54. I don't think of myself as that throughout the day. Like when I'm playing my video games or doing something, or we're playing board games or out and about. If I'm not staring in a mirror and my knees aren't killing me, then I still feel like I'm 24. I still feel like I get that. And I get why the guys are wanting to date the younger women because there's become more and more and more of them these days. But back to the Phil-am thing, it says here that it does refer to a Filipino descent who are citizens of the US. So no, George is not a Phil-am AI. He's not. He lived there, but he didn't take citizenship like his parents. It was a time consuming thing at that point, being he worked long hours and every day, and he didn't want to. It doesn't, because somebody's there doesn't mean they want to become an American citizen. So it's, just because I'm going to live here the rest of my life doesn't mean I want to become a Filipino citizen and that I want to apply, although it is a near impossible. I mean, if I put my mind to it and really buckle down, I'm sure that could possibly happen, but I don't want to. Matter of fact, I don't want to. But you get the point. It's an impossible here. But the same with him.
Unless you're cool.
The people that keep putting Phil-am on everything, the more I think about it, it's just bullshit. All these couples with Canadian men and all that, they're all putting Phil-am
No. That's
everything.
what I said.
And it also means they identify as both. And these Phil-am, I think they're trying to say they're Filipino and an American couple.
Correct.
But it's not.
That's the current usage, yes.
But it's not correct in any manner.
Well, eventually the dictionary will change. Kind of like
cultural connection.
Kind of like
Phil-ams
back then, regardless
identify
was
as Filipino, but feel more connected. Here's another one. It's listed under there. It says Phil-am primarily identifies as Filipino, but feels connected to an American identity. I don't know. I wouldn't say that.
No, I get it. But like I said, eventually the language will adjust.
Yeah, in a shorthand and in a roundabout, it says it means Filipino American.
Kind of like regardless and irregardless. Regardless is the proper word. Irregardless was the improper word, but now it's proper. They changed
Filipino
the language. Yes.
Primarily, they've been in the U.S., but that's not. He's officially lived here longer than he has, especially now that he's been back. So it's just where he is. He's been longer in the Philippines than he has.
Neil says, my mom has been in the USA for 61 years and is not a citizen. I know a lot of Filipinos who don't want to be citizens.
It could cause issues. I mean, in the long run. But I mean, I don't
Well,
think it's worth. I think it's a paperwork and money thing, and I don't know. There's so much to actually doing that, and I don't know, especially for those that plan to come back. And there are a lot of people that plan to come home, just like George did. It was sooner than later because of the pandemic, but I saw a video about reverse culture shock. It's when locals go back to their country, yeah, after a long time and feels like a foreigner. Now that I would say because we returned at the worst time. We had to wear double masks when we came in. We were both locked in a separate hotel room. After we were in there for a couple days, they said, "Oh, now you guys can stay together," but we had already paid for the rooms. And so it was rough because we were locked to the city. Like if you're in Angel City in a hotel, you had to stay in Angel City. If we were in Mabalacat, that's where we had to stay. There was no crossing the borders when we arrived. It was the height of the pandemic. And so he did a lot of things. I was not vaccinated. He was vaccinated, and you kept getting vaccinated. And it was um, of course there was culture shock. He had not been home in 20 plus years. Yeah.
kick him.
I was, yeah. Sorry about your luck there, boo boo. You and them vaccines and that. Is that your problem right now? Anyways, yeah, kick him.
No, no. So anyway, I was gaining a C-19
So
vaccine,
there was.
and while I was in the barangay waiting for my
Oh, yeah.
vaccination, there were these Filipinos that were misbehaving, and the girl was complaining. These people, she was part of the barangay. She was like, "These people aren't behaving." And then one of the barangay tano, the guard
Oh.
says, "Kick them." And he
And
was serious. He was
and I was
serious.
like this. I was
He was
like,
serious.
yeah, he was serious. They'll, yeah, and don't play around because if all of a sudden somebody kicks you here, you're probably just gonna have to take that shit because you was probably acting like a fool, man. You lost your rights when you arrived here.
No, there were videos on TikTok and
Kick 'em.
Facebook where the Tanad like slaps people and everything like that and hits them with sticks. No, that's a real thing. I mean, it's no joke. They Some people take their loss seriously here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Gio was saying further that you were talking about one night in Bangkok. Yeah, makes a hard man humble. Yeah, how's that going for you, Gio? How's that going? One night, just one night.
David Carradine.
Yeah. Okay, I'm good. Sleep. Thanks for asking. Back and forth. If an American expat like Jim doesn't have a will and passes away with his Filipino wife, will it be entitled to all of his assets? Yeah, here. And his extended family in the U.S. loses everything. Well, here's the thing. I doubt it. I don't think with her still being here in the Philippines, unless she hires an attorney. I'm not an attorney to know all that, but if there's no will and there's nothing, then I'm assuming. What do you think on that? Let me know what you guys think. If
Oh, it's default.
it's default, but she would have to go over there. They're just not going to hand things. She
Oh
would
no,
have to
no,
go
no. She
settle
has to
shit.
claim it. She has to claim it.
Yeah, there's a whole thing
It's not.
through
No,
the.
they're not gonna hunt her down. No.
Yeah, so
No, she has to claim it
technically,
before
yes,
somebody else
I would
will.
probably say they. I'm sure they can fight it. Like in Florida, there's probate courts, and it just doesn't happen naturally. But yes, she would actually probably get his stuff, is my thinking, and that's if she'll go through and do all of that. So Geo saying give him his 10,000. Okay. Have an Aussie, an Australian friend who lived in AC for 5 years, visited last year, and things, yeah, have changed. Yeah. Realize it's not the same. No, even since we came, that's when we've been here for 5 years officially, and even in the last 5 years, things have
Well,
changed.
here's a simple one, very simple one. In Angel City, you can't find anybody back then who spoke Tagalog. Period. Everybody spoke Pampangan, the local dialect. Now, good luck finding somebody speaking the local dialect.
Hmm. It's kind of like America, how it's changed
In
so
fact,
much.
even Pampangueños speak Tagalog now because they're used to it. That they don't speak to Pampangueños anymore.
Yeah, so it's like when you left a long time. It's kind of like, I guess that's for everybody. It was kind of like me, back in the day, 20 something years ago. This was going on, that wasn't, going on. I guess just things
Well,
are ever
it's kind of
evolving.
like yeah, like Heidi says. Like for example, in Ohio, the only people who live in Ohio
Good
are
morning,
people who
Jeff.
live in Ohio. Now, you go in Ohio, everybody's from everywhere.
Hmm.
Same thing, New
Yeah.
York. New York used to be all New Yorkers, and now
Well, just like I'm watching the 90 Day Fiance, and that guy said that that's where all the Gambians are living from Africa. He said all of them are gathering there, all these other cultures from around the world. They're like, hey, Ohio's a good place to live, and that's where they are. And they
yeah.
do gather. Although I started to wonder why, if they knew all their Australia, I mean, I guess it's because they're trying to be in America, but I wouldn't like here. I wouldn't want to come here just to hang out with all the Americans either. Do you see what I mean? You kind of here for the Philippines too. You're here for a mix of things, but yeah, it's everybody gathers everywhere for sure. Yeah. And hello, Jeff from Australia. Enjoy your videos. Thank you so much.
Anton says new generations in Sicily are ashamed of speaking Sicilian.
And Castel Vetro, bye bye. Tulu, bitch. Talking about I'm no longer subscribing. Bye bye. For what purpose? This is the one video we didn't say anything. You missed the one the other day. Bye bye. Never seen you to begin with.
No, he's
Yeah, modern babies.
Mm.
Troll.
God dang, you ain't right. Black Grandpa says, George, the African woman you dated, did she have a large kitty? No, no, no. She was high class. She was actually really high class. She was a very classy woman. Literally, she was worth money. Literally, she had a high, very net worth.
Let's see, Raymond. Everyone gets anyone to say hi in the US. Took getting used to here. Yes. But remember, it's not always like that with Filipinos or the expats. You can go through a mall or place and you won't get them to say hi. It depends on where you're at. I
No,
wouldn't
it
say
depends
every
on location.
Filipino is going to
Like,
say, but way more than the US.
yeah, like for example, when I was in California, every American I greeted in America while I was in California, I greeted back with a smile and everything. When I went to Florida, everybody looked at me like I had 10 heads or something, or I had a knife on my back. They just look at me like,
No, I think it depends.
Yeah,
But
it depends where you're at.
But
Too, yeah.
foreigners with foreigners here, that's one of the first few videos in the first year or two. I used to talk about that all the time, how rude expats were during the pandemic with other expats. They were kind of like, and especially with me being an American woman, I definitely felt like I was getting.
Well, in the Philippines, the default reaction is they stay away from you because they don't want to be embarrassed with their language speaking skills.
Oh, the Filipinos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they usually avoid you. Not
Well, I'm
because,
talking about other expats though. With other expats,
well, other expats tend to avoid you too.
yeah. Yeah, and you'll hear that from other places. So
No, expats avoid expats, and
Yeah.
it's not a good, it's not a very good conducive environment for expats, but a lot of them do.
Americans love America, but they don't like Americans. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. They kind of tend to avoid their own kind.
Ruby says, "Why do these expats bring what do these expats bring into the relationship? Just money or finances, anything else? To be honest, I really have been thinking about that lately, and most of them are over a certain age to begin with. That would have to be what it is. I really thought about that again, even with me as I am now, loudmouth, overweight, everything, typical American or other expat around here. What would I bring to the party if George fell down the stairs tomorrow and I didn't want to be alone? One, it doesn't matter how broke I am, I'm still a wallet, still 50% richer than the average Filipino here, at least it appears so. But it's the wallet first. Then you got to think about everything else. I can cook, I can do this, I know how to, finances, and you go through all the things that you bring to the table and everything, and it's just like, is that somebody?
No, no, no.
Oh, you and your Tums. It's probably that you got to watch. This stuff has a lot of acid, babe. This orange stuff has vitamin C. It's the acid in it, and probably the coffee. Yeah, you got George eats Tums like Tic Tacs here. But I don't know. But especially like I always say about me and George, we're different because with me dating a Filipino, a lot of people are like the expat's the wallet. Okay, George has his own source of money coming in, and it's not the only money we have, contrary to belief. And I go a little further, and it's like nobody's doing my dishes. He does them on the occasion. He goes out and gets things, but the whole thing is I'm still taking care of my husband. These expats are not technically taking care of their wives and doing all the work.
Actually, I want you to take care of me at all times.
You better go sit
I
down.
think I'm
son.
learning stuff from 90 Day Fiance.
No, you're not. 90 Day Fiance, all they do is bitch that the American women are too bossy.
Exactly.
I think it's all cultures these days, because even
Exactly.
Filipinas run the show here. What the hell are you talking about?
Make me a sandwich, woman.
No. So it's hard saying. I think you got to look at the whole thing. I couldn't see redating here. It's been asked over and over again, and people are like, oh, who cares? And, who would want you? Who would want any of these other guys? I mean, think about it. Who wants me? Who wants the next guy? It's what you bring to the table. And I'm telling you, the biggest thing I bring to the table right now would be my check coming in. And I'm not taking care of no damn kid. If you think I'm going to mother a 22-year-old guy, which would probably move in 2.2 seconds, it's like, hell no. I just can't see it. I'm going to sleep all day and just take care of my cats.
When your woman asks you what you bring to the table, you just
no, we know
whip it out.
It's mostly scripted, but yes, George.
Yeah, like I bring the D.
Mostly, yeah. If you're a celebrity and you have big money, that's when you're going to bring it in. When these guys come over here with $2,000 a month, they are considered with money. So Jollibee chicken or KFC? Which do you think, George?
KFC.
Oh, Jollibee. I'm sorry, KFC here sucks out the ass.
Huh?
If it's the original from the U.S. from the 90s, then I'll say KFC when it tasted like it had flavor. The stuff here sucks.
Okay.
Their KFC here and their
in all
foreign
fairness,
restaurants,
in
even
all
the McDonald's
fairness,
is off here.
Jollibee has a unique flavor. I don't know what they do to their chicken. It has
do.
a very unique chicken.
Yeah, they soak it in brine. They soak it in chicken broth. And
even KFC with their secret herbs and spices, it still tastes like fried chicken. But Jollibee has I don't know. It's really weird.
So the Jollibee does have a better flavor, but the KFC here in Angel City, compared to the one in the U.S. 90s style, is two different flavors. Or even just in the U.S. versus here. For some reason, they never deep fry anything right here. Not even at the restaurants. Not even at the fast food chains. It's like they never get the oil hot enough.
Not even at 7-Eleven.
No, I guess not. So, Jollibees, whether it's the U.S. or here.
Not even from 7-Eleven.
George likes 7-Eleven.
It says Siopao, but it's not Siopao.
In the Philippines, regardless if you're
it's the Filipino hot pocket.
people still treat you with respect. Yes, that's the one thing you're going to get for the most part. Unlike in Western countries, you get old, you tend to be irrelevant, ignored. Yes, that's true. But the new generation, in my opinion, are starting to change here too. And so, but for the most part, yeah, you're respected. If they respected me, they wouldn't have overcharged me and they would have talked to me like a person yesterday. That
Well,
little freaks. Yeah, that was a
no,
whole different
that
thing.
wasn't right.
I
That
don't
wasn't
know if it
right.
was because I was a foreigner or a woman
They
or
were
because I was
lucky
older
that
or
I wasn't here.
that's
Because I tell you what,
yeah.
if I was here, I would have tore them a new. I would have given them an anal gland cleaning.
He's probably not
What'd you say,
kidding.
bro?
Oh, jeez.
I'll stick my fist so up there that
How many of you want to see
I
that?
can
Do a puppet show?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick my fist up their butt, and then I can move their heads with my hand that far.
Here, let her. She's gonna sniff your arm.
Aw.
Here, pick her up so they can see her outfit for those that are in. There's Mary's haircut. No, she smelled like a wet dog, and I watched him use the same towel on both dogs, and I'm okay with that to some extent. I didn't expect him to have a, that I'm so, la di da that I expect him to have a pile of dog towels in the back, which they probably should have. But if they're doing the home service, but it's something went south and quick. And Mary came in with a crap load of baby powder on her, and I'm like, oh my God. And same with Willie.
Victoria says, "I knew you were gonna say that. Bring it to the table."
Black Grandpa said laws were created to control and punish the poor. The laws don't apply to the wealthy people. Nah, that's what's going on in the US. And honestly, that's what goes on here. And like I said, what is illegal is legal. Most laws are not enforced. Every time us expats something comes up, you see every vlogger cover it. We just seen where they covered that other one that dumb nut covered the other day about another expat is in trouble in the courts and arrested and all this. Oh, bullshit. That's just one channel mad at another channel. It doesn't happen all the time. We'll see how long it hangs out in the court shit. But it's like every time something like that comes up, it's like, I don't know. It just, the laws just, they're applied as they see fit and where the money's going to be made. And it just seems like they're not enforcing them. They're enforcing them, but not enforcing. Even the Filipinos are saying that and laugh at it.
Yeah, speaking of the bendy laws and stuff, guys or girls, again, if you're here in the Philippines, if you're gonna rent a motorcycle or scooter or whatever, always make sure you wear a helmet, please. Now, whether you wear your helmet or
Yeah,
not,
don't be like a Filipino. I would still wear it.
you didn't hear this from me, but
Didn't say
I heard through the grapevine just saying that if you do get stopped and you're not wearing your
Yes,
helmet,
for 27 years, Lucca was in
yeah,
the U.S.
make sure that one, that the big kahuna isn't there when they stop you, and two, the going rate is 500 pesos.
And remember,
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm
as an
saying.
expat, you still could get in trouble. They may not apply the laws to the
Actually,
Filipinos.
you're kind of highlighted.
Right. So it's kind of like me. You could trust and believe if I toss
I'm
a
just
piece
making-
of trash across the street, like I've seen done 3 times in the last 24 hours, I'll probably have a cuff on me before I even get back
Just
across.
make sure you have 500 pesos on standby. You did not hear this from me. Just saying, if you're driving.
George, what's your story in the U.S.? Why don't you break it down for us, for those that don't know?
Well,
I want you go
what
back.
happened was
that you carved out a coconut tree.
I was in Mindanao, and
You tossed a coin
there's this
and you
guy.
checked how deep the water was.
His name was Michael Rockefeller, and he caught me in a cage, and I was like, and then he caught me in a cage, and he shipped me to the U.S., and then he stuck me in this building with a computer where I answer phone calls.
In your little monkey hands. And you assembled the little, don't forget about the motherboards they made you do for NVIDIA and stuff.
Yeah, I was like,
You're scaring the dog. And how long did you do?
And then
how
and
long
then
did you do
and
that
then to
before you opened your
satiate
business?
me, Michael Rockefeller gave me a cat now and then.
And then he left. Okay, but what happened? And then he turned you loose, and you was in Florida, and then you
Yes.
ran a business for 10 years.
Oh no! You miss
The
you miss
California.
when they set me loose
He lived in California
in
for a while. That's real.
Gatorland.
Oh,
I
no.
fed the gators meat.
Nobody wants
Mhm.
your.
But my boss says,
lumpia.
George, you have to tie the meat around your waist. And like,
That's how
okay.
that's how he had the accident.
He's like, okay.
And that's when he had an accident, but he still managed to have multiple children in the U.S., which is true. You know, you can guess what part of the story is real or not. He was married a few times to some tall white women. George mostly marries tall white women. True story.
Actually, yeah, that's true.
2 of them were German descent, anyways.
Actually, that's true.
Okay. And he ran a business for almost 10 years. And so when I met him, he was doing that. We hooked up in a 7-Eleven. Tell him about when we hooked up in the beer cooler. The beer cooler.
Well, see, what happened is I had too much Zima that day. And
you give me the willies when you say Zima. That doesn't taste very good coming back up.
It sure does. I mean, all you do is pour Zima in a Sprite bottle and you take it to the movies.
Anyway, so... and there we were, 2 years and married. But yes, George was there for a while. And so, yeah. Part of this story is true. Guess which part is? Waited almost 2 years.
Allegedly.
Mm,
Allegedly.
possibly.
Possibly. Like a spot says, I love you, Mary. Oh, that's cute. Musical.
No, and that 1 second, sorry. Ruby, what do expats bring to relationships? Don't women from any country? No, and that is true. And I thought about how simple relationships are again this morning. And I thought about the whole expat thing and wallets and what do men usually bring the finances anyways. But when there's a 20-year age gap on average here that's dating and they're living in the moment for the first year, honeymoon stages end, and these expat Filipinas fight all the time. She's out cheating. The expats tend to cheat on these Filipinas. Then there's just all this spice going on, family asking for money. It seems to be so stereotypical, that the family's asking for money, she's cheating on him, he's too busy out cheating, or there's just no life whatsoever. And so everybody, that's what women want. Like, I just seen a guy give his woman flowers and she forgave everything. I was like, you dumb fool. Your man gave, now that I'm older, if you'd have gave me flowers in my mid-20s, I'd have been like, oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. He loves me. You know what I mean? And women tend to confuse when they're getting sweet little teddy bears and all that, and the romantic side, romanticizing the life and everything else. Women and men are pretty much simple. If you feed a man, cook for him, suck on his knuckle, and take care of him, okay, don't have to all the time. But the whole point is if you take care of them and don't give them a hard time, they're pretty much there forever. You can accept all of that. And the same with the woman. She just wants to feel secure and that you're not cheating on you, you're giving. She really just wants attention.
Okay, now let me clarify things. Heidi's absolutely correct. Men and women are simple. Men are very simple. They want just simple life, simple pleasures. And women are simple. They're simply cray cray.
Say hi?
Just saying, guys.
No, women are crazy.
Women
no
are simply cray cray. The end.
Women?
That's it.
Doesn't matter what continent.
It's really simple.
I mean, you've
They're
dated
cray-cray.
different nationalities, right? You dated a Colombian girl, you've dated the Japanese. In other words, you can actually say, kind of like me, I've dated Middle Eastern guys, dated guys from South America. To me, they're pretty much the same no matter what continent you go to. They're the same basic principle.
Okay, well, the one thing since Heidi brought up, like Heidi says, I've dated women of different ages, different age brackets, different sizes, different races.
What's the youngest age? What's the biggest age gap you've had? And dun 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 dun. Hey, forget that I'm sitting here with my fist in a ball. Dun dun
10,
dun
maybe?
dun.
10. 10.
Yeah.
So I guess it's really not that bad.
Mine
But
was 30.
yeah,
So
but
I was in one, and that was in my 40s.
right.
So,
The most simple thing
but I was
is,
40.
again, I'm not trying to complicate things or anything. It doesn't matter. Like Heidi makes a good point, because now that she mentioned it, it doesn't
Look, Mary.
matter how old a woman is. It doesn't matter what country she is from, what
You got to turn
um
around, Mary.
social standing she's at. There's one consistent thing: is they don't know what they want up until that moment. And I'm not being sexist here. It's a fact. Like, women change their minds like that. What they want now is something they may not want later, or they may, they're very inconsistent when
Okay.
it comes to what
Mary.
they want. And I'm not being sexist. It's just something you just have to accept. I even tell Heidi, like, you have the right to change your mind. I tell her that all the time. And people, again, like, and honestly, it's good that you change your mind, like I said in the last life. Because if you don't change your mind, that means you don't think, you don't adapt, you don't change. And that tells me there's something wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? And if you're set to your ways, no matter what happens, no matter what reality hits you, that means there's something wrong with you. And I'm not being mean or anything. It's just a fact. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anyway. Oh, I'm here.
Here, hold her.
Oh, no, I don't want to hold her.
I'll put her down. Oh, okay. Yeah, her nails just got clipped, and so what is your repost time? Yeah, I don't know what that is. Ruby, let's see. I think each, Mark saying, Ruby, what do women bring to the relationship? They each have their role. And the ones that keep getting all mixed up are the ones that their lives are just upside down, or I think it has to do with the upbringing and some other things, values, and knowing, what they want to do or how. Like the one on the 90-day. I get that it's scripted, but some of the stuff they do is who they are. That's why they chose these couples. They are still real couples. And the fact that that one couple is past 25 and she can't cook at all, that her mom and dad did everything and the whole family. Yeah, that happens here too. There are Filipinas that are at a certain age and been living with their parents that can't cook at all because their mom and grandma's been doing all the cooking and cleaning. So you just have to find what you want and what makes you happy and stuff.
Victoria. She says I behave like him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so she says check out the show.
Yeah, we're gonna probably avoid any of that in the future because really, it's he's just talking about Mally is in love with. Yeah, that's probably true.
Well,
So
that's allegedly, probably. And like I said in the you hear me say this all the time. I stopped reading the news because I don't know what's real anymore. Because
it's getting bad.
I swear to God, there's so much misinformation out there that a lot of it
That's-
isn't real.
Yeah, most of it's not. You can't, and sometimes now all news stations,
Yeah.
including Fox, will put out a story that's not even real yet. They just listen to somebody else, and you just got to be careful.
Well, they're following
folks.
social media, and they're
And I
not
think we
verified
all are.
sources. Now, thankfully,
Unless it comes out of the horse's mouth
right
himself.
now, the Philippine news, keyword news, hasn't fallen to that.
Yes,
that,
it has. They've been doing the same thing. Certain stories are coming out too.
Well, I wasn't done with my statement.
Oh.
They haven't gone that far like they have in the West. I mean, yes, there's some of it here, but it's not as bad. If that makes any sense.
Isn't that usually normal? It's usually the women that start divorces. Usually, I don't know if it's 80%. That seems a little high.
Well, okay. Yes, most of the time during a divorce, it's the women who initiates it. The reason being is there's a miscommunication between the male and the female.
And
Because whenever a woman says I want a divorce, the most common male response is, "Why? I thought we were okay."
It's a communication thing, and women are emotional. So we're like, screw that. He's not listening. I'm going to make him listen. And then they go and file
Well,
divorce.
and men compartmentalize, and again,
Mhm.
what they see is not a problem is a big problem to a woman. And again, I'm not be sexist or anything. It's just again, men are from Mars, women are from Venus, completely different species. Well, same species, different sexuality, I guess. Sorry.
New generation Sicily are ashamed to speak in Sicilian. Yeah. And more people are speaking English in all the countries. So the world is changing. Most definitely. If let's see, if you pass away, she will still have to claim it. Yeah. So
No,
yes, there
she
would
has
have to be a whole
she has to
court
claim it. She
thing.
has to
Yeah.
claim it. It's not auto. It's automatic, but it's not. If that makes any sense.
I was stuck in the Philippines 2019. Still today, my 10 years in the Philippines 2014. Yeah. Raymond Jim has no children. No, he has only hers. So never took. We had to come in with one, and even in Mexico, I think we paid what, about $50 a test, and that was high in Mexico at the time. For me, it seemed high for being in Mexico, but the COVID test didn't get any cheaper because she was in another country. Um, Heidi, did you meet any other foreign women? Yeah, all the foreign women I have here are so defensive and entitled. In the Philippines or just the world? Like I said, I think women and men, no matter where they're at, pretty much stay the same. I find the ones that are quiet and meek just go home and act a fool in front of their husbands and stuff. I just think women are moody to begin with. But yes, I have. There's been several Western women I've seen in Angel City. We have a video where we had sat there and talked with an Australian woman and everything. So yeah.
Well, also
Hey,
be
Kaylee.
aware that it's kind of like when you approach a woman in the West, the first thing that pops in a woman's head is what does this guy want? Here in the Philippines, it
Hey,
kind of
bad
does,
boy. Good morning.
but their curiosity is greater than that, so therefore they're more receptive to attention. No, yeah, luckily, yeah, no. Some expats don't want anything to do with expats, correct?
Hey, Coast Guard, Vietnam era vet. Yeah, George said make me. He does
Yeah,
all the
where's my
time.
sandwich?
Eat the donuts. Why don't you have a donut? You probably need some
The Long
sugar.
John?
Yes.
I got Heidi a Long John. I know I shouldn't have, but I figured she needed something.
I need a pizza.
Well,
Bing's, our anniversary is in
when I
48
said
hours.
Heidi needed something,
Our
I'm
5-year anniversary is our next live stream on Saturday will actually
yeah.
be.
What I'm saying is that
Eat your
Heidi
donut.
needs a break. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 3 months without it. We had the other day. We literally got a chicken sandwich, and that was the first bread I had in 3 months. And the cat got in my face, and I was like, "I said, listen here, cat. It's been 3 months since I had bread. You're liable to lose your
she's right
ears
here.
right now."
She's asleep.
The little kitten. Yeah, I said you better get, because she always, like, when I open up a bottle of water in the morning, she's up in there. And George says, "Why does she do that?" And
No,
it's because I've taught him to drink
she's
out of the.
literally
She will put her hands in your food, or she gets the bottle cap. The
yeah.
new
Who
kitten.
trained her?
That was me. That was my fault for feeding her little snacks since she was a kitten. But they like
It's
the
Heidi's
bottled
little
water.
baby.
But yet they have 2 water fountains down here, and I clean the filters every week. And hey, who knows? But anyways, I said, better get out of my face, cat, over this goddamn bread I haven't had in 3 months. Wasn't even playing around at that point. Um, if you are married to a Filipina, it's very important to do the paperwork to make it easier for your wife before something happens. And you should. And we've done topics like that. We bring the drama because it brings the people in who ain't gonna lie about that shit. It's, instead of getting $4 for a live stream, then we make 20 when people actually watch. So we're getting rich off of the drama, huh? But all in all, we've covered death. We've covered where expats should do the paperwork, and then other people, oh, just bullshit. But nobody wants to talk about death and funeral homes and all that. I can't get George to talk about it most of the time, so I'm just going to do whatever I want when he passes away. So we've talked about it, and it's pretty much a one-sided conversation. I told him to roast me, and if they can't fit me in the thing to cremate me, he's gonna have to drive me to Manila for a bigger one. Who knows? All I know is if they could cremate Mark Thornton, regardless, then they should be able to cremate me. So he's tall and wide. I'm pretty tall, so I know I weigh more than him. But the whole point is his height and everything. They say they've got some more modern ones. You just got to find the place that'll do the cremation. But
Yeah, when they cremate Heidi, I'll be like, the roof, the roof is on fire. Burn, burn. Are they?
Yes, I get my check. Who wants? Right, Ruby. Ruby ain't no kidding. We used to talk about bringing back some of our T-shirts. Have a T-shirt that says "I get a monthly check of blah blah blah." Who wants to be? You know, there was a guy it wasn't even a few months ago. It was about a year ago. That's what he put on the bulletin boards here in the Philippines. He wasn't even living here. He put all of his stuff up on a board and left his phone number and email and says, "Who wants to date me?" And you might as well just be on a dating site at that point. If you're just going to, I can't see putting a bulletin board up here. You remember that guy off of Facebook that put up a full bulletin board in Manila somewhere and put up all of his stats of how much he made?
Yeah, I know.
It was
it's
stupid.
Tacky.
It was like,
it's very tacky.
Yeah. George, I knew you were going to say that. Bring it to the table, right? Heidi, the nurse with a purse and a mouth. So, oh my God. And how childish. Not you. We were in our Philippine journey watching his live stream, and we've had the same trolls for years and years and years. And it's a slight shine on them so they can have their moment. You know, they're still going on about my careers and your careers. And I'm like, first off, what concern is it? Oh, Heidi said she knew celebrities, and Heidi was a nurse, and Heidi did this. Yes, I was all the above.
Yeah, so
but
what
there's
the deal?
They went in and left 2 messages under our Philippine journey to say that topic, they put us in the topic.
And
unless Mike mentioned our name.
It's kind of dumb.
It's funny that our name was brought up twice in his comments. But I was just sitting there thinking about the nurse thing, and it just, it just clicked, and I'm like, but they love me enough that they send emails every 3 months to come in and say stuff about George's hair and teeth, and I'm like, these are probably guys in their 60s sending emails.
They're probably in
worse shape, sitting in wheelchairs. We found out that one guy that was talking was in a wheelchair and overweight talking about us. And it's like, it's because they're deflecting. But the fact they keep going into other channels, and we know Mike read it, that, Heidi said she knew this celebrity and she worked at IT. I did all the above.
And she did. And I was really upset with Heidi that she tore up all the pictures that she had.
Of the celebrities.
I even told her, why did you do
AI.
that? That's all you had.
Because there was just no reason.
No, she did. She had a stack of pictures. But
the whole point is we did, and why people would become so obsessed about me being a nurse.
It's not special.
My Social Security wasn't enough
that's the
for
thing.
Being a
It's
nurse.
not special.
It was a long time
all right,
ago.
for example, again, like I have 2 black belts. So what? Big deal? You think I'm the only guy who has that? No.
Yeah, they went on about that.
It's common. It's very common. Are you kidding me right now?
Oh, like a spot.
I'm not special. I even say it in this live several times. Like, I'm not special. I'm no different than anybody else.
Good morning.
And it's weird. Like, what's wrong with you? Yeah.
Music architect. I like Heidi straightforwardness. Have stayed in the U.S. so long, it's hard to meet like-minded female expats. If you ever find yourself in BGC, oh, that would be sweet. You know what? I don't think I've been forward enough. And honestly, enough is enough. I'm going to start speaking my mind even more.
Within limits. YouTube is still,
If we keep the cussing down to a minimum, yeah, there's a minimal. But here's the thing. A lot of times we keep part of how we feel, and especially you. And then when we're off air, it's something different. We don't hide. We're talking more of the politics side. And I'm like, why defend Taco Tits? It's like we're just at some point that I don't think we're being totally honest. If somebody doesn't want to watch us based on views, then they weren't watching to begin with. You can't pay us $15 to be quiet. And it's like, there are good and bad things that people do here and do in the US and politics sides. I just, I'm not going to keep defending on, this not happening and that. And, anyways, so there's probably going to be a lot more honesty coming in the future. So I just said it out loud, taco tits. You don't even know what that means, do you?
No, I'm actually trying to figure out what it is.
It's not my saying. Somebody else came up with it,
No, I believe it.
but I'm. Good morning, Cindy. I know I put that up a minute ago.
Our Philippine journalist says, yes, your trolls always drop in and try to cause drama, but
Which is
they
fine.
never join the panel. No, I did not mention your name. Or no, I did not mention your name. But anyway,
Where's
no,
that at?
it's Mike. Our
Yeah.
Philippine journey.
No, I was just, no, I didn't know if you did because there were two comments, not from the same person. Somebody else mentioned me besides that person. That person that left all that stuff about me being a nurse and all of it's true. I was in IT at HSN. I was with celebrities. I knew celebrities outside
No,
of that.
she
I've
was.
been in the
She
news
was.
several times, big stories. And so it's just not once. It was several times, and it's nothing that I try to hold on to, but because I mention it like now, they'll go, "Oh, well, Heidi thinks she's a big deal." No, I don't think this shit happened a long time ago. I haven't done neurological nursing or worked in that hospital setting forever, so I'm not like sitting here trying to say that I'm still licensed and I'm this or I'm doing that, and it just doesn't make any sense. But the topic that I believe that you were on would lead people to make those comments. Not that I was
Yeah.
just wondering, but
I was on TV once. No, I'm not joking. Again, I'm not special. What it is, it's a lot of times I get volunteered. Like a lot of people know me and they say,
no,
"Oh,
I
George
think it
this,
was
George
on
that."
the Philippine vlogger
So
was
anyway.
arrested for cyber libel. So a couple people mentioned me as an American woman being chismis and talking shit about other channels and cyber libel, and it was pretty much a bite me situation. So our regular troll, which we're pretty sure we know who this person is, comes in about every month and sputes the same thing. Well, you're not this.
We
and
know who you
lie to
are. Not that we
people.
care. But
And so, but so I didn't know if in that was mentioned about, past stuff or something, but I didn't think so. I didn't get through the entire
Yeah.
during that video.
So anyway, I was on TV once. You know what I did?
What's that?
I was on TV once for PBS, public broadcasting station. We were
Surprise.
doing a fundraising. You know those people who sit on the background with the phones in front of them?
Yeah.
I was one of those guys.
Oh, special Jerry Lewis telethon. Was you one
Well,
of
it
the
wasn't
special
Jerry
kids?
Lewis.
Was you
Jerry
one of the
Lewis.
special kids?
Well, I guess. No, really, I was.
Just-
And they kept playing freaking Teletubbies. I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, what did I get myself into?
Oh my god.
Anyway.
And so much of this stuff was along. Everybody has a past. That's just it. It's like people always find that they find. First off, we aren't celebrities, and
No,
we're the
that-
smallest
again, that's-
range of a vlogger here
that's not
right
even-
now. And we
yeah.
have people act like we're like Tina Turner or somebody, like they're trying to dig dirt and that our life's going to flip upside down.
Well, okay, it's one thing
It's
if
weird.
we acted that way, but we don't. We
Uh,
don't act stuck up. If you guys meet us, we'll meet you up,
Actually, anybody.
And-
Raymond, she is entitled to any of the assets. Yeah, no matter where she's from. Yeah, I didn't think it made a difference. I know it's not instant. Like she just can't show up and she's going to get a title. She's got to pay to go through the probate and all that, like I did my grandparents. But even my grandparents helped by paying fees in advance and setting stuff up. So all we had to do was just send the lawyer over to do it, and then we had to go sign papers. And they already had the bank set up, so she would have a lot of work. I was pretty sure she would, but remember, there are so many different things. Laws change all the time. A person Filipina does not have to actually be in the U.S. She would need an attorney, yeah, would represent her, yeah, and also she would need to go through all the probate court if she's paying him and everything, but she would still have to go through things. So,
Yeah, no, it's not automatic. That's the thing.
hey, Clifford Small would say, "What's up, monkeys?"
Sup, monkeys. Bill Bondsman.
Yeah, Ruby was talking about the fines. Yeah, riding a bicycle, e-scooter without a helmet. Yeah, 8,500. Well, 11,500. Yeah, kids are taught at a very young age to wear helmets when riding bicycles. Well, it's pretty much the same in the U.S. Here, they just don't. It scares me when I see a family of 5 on a
Yeah.
motorcycle. I wouldn't ride by
As
myself.
an expat, wear one, please. You're sticking out like a sore thumb already. So
So, well, I guess you can answer. Hey, girl, what's going on? Hey, George, what did you see in Heidi that made you fall in love with her? And the same thing with you, Heidi. George, that you fell in love with him.
it's my bubbly bear.
That's pretty much it. Because he's fun. I'll answer for George is he's, which I'm going to tell you also on the side note. I'm about ready to slap him at the same time. So I seen him as being quiet, and he was very. I mistaked his passiveness for being very meek. And my one of my previous husbands was the same way, but just worked all the time. See, George worked all the time, and I was glad to see somebody working hard. And he's the one with the money in the business. And I had already retired, and I was on disability, and I had been like that for a few years. And so I was just doing part time driving, and I was living on my dad's property. He had turned a 3-car garage into an apartment about 20 years previous. And he had rented it, or my uncle had stayed during his divorce, and I was offered this apartment. I lived there for 10 years. And I had ran into George at 7-Elevens. I seen him with a bunch of his employees, and he was gassing up the multiple cars that he owned for the business, and they were heading out, and we exchanged numbers. He was super friendly with the cashiers. He knew everybody. He was sweet with the employees. He was too friendly. Sometimes he got his ass slapped down the road for that one, because we went into another 7-Eleven after we were dating for a few months. Let's see, we met somewhere in January and went out on our first date. By October, he's still hugging every employee at every 7-Elevens. I could have sworn he owned all the 7-Elevens the way he was acting, but he just was very talkative with people. So outgoing,
Yeah,
fun.
I'm not trying to brag or anything. Like they let me like behind the counter only because they're that comfortable with me. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, it's like George was everybody's friend. What a slut. I mean, later almost got your ass beat. It was Halloween, and all of a sudden there was a random girl in the store that said, "Was you in a costume that day? Was you in one of your Superman or your Aquaman shirts you used to wear
Oh,
or
I
something?"
was Captain America.
Yeah, and she said something about taking a picture, and George just jumped in there with a bunch of women. I said, "What the hell?" And I said, "You got yourself slapped." Hey, remember the good times when we went, and it was during the pandemic? We went to New York and Jersey, and it was half empty. And we went in that elevator, and that woman tried to come on to you, and I said I was going to snatch her wig off right there.
Oh damn, she ran away. She
Yeah,
ran.
literally, because I was in a real foul mood.
She ran.
That day I was in a foul mood, and I forgot what it was over. We had an issue with the hotel.
It was an African American woman.
And she's a big girl. We were probably toe to toe on the same side, but she started to basically, in my opinion, come on to George in the elevator. So we had problems getting into the hotel. We had problems at the restaurant that we went to, and we just completed getting his passport in the embassy because we couldn't just apply for it. He had to fly to go get a renewal for his passport for us to go to Mexico. And the woman said something, and then said something to me, and I about beat the brakes off of that woman. And I was snatch that wig off here. You better get up out of my face. And I was like so cranky that day. But anyways, I think that mostly it was that, and down the road I did later mistake his quietness for where he is. He is He is passive and quiet. He does well. We've already talked about that on here, or me by myself, about how he'll walk away and he does the semi-tampo passiveness thing. But George said it's been like that his whole life. So when it's good with George. When he gives me the silent treatment, it just goes dark in this house. So lights out.
I don't give you
So
the silent treatment.
oh hell yeah, you
I
do.
love you.
Stop rubbing between my legs. That isn't scoring you anyway. Except for irritating my legs that haven't been shaved in a month. You're irritating the spikies on my
I'm trying to
legs.
exfoliate my hand.
Explore your hand.
Exfoliate.
You ain't exfoliating on my legs. So, hey, George, what did you find nice about me? All right, name the 3 best qualities of me and be quite honest. I'm going to let you be honest about all 3 of them.
Best qualities. Okay.
Where do all my score points come?
Not in order. Not in order. Dedicated, thorough, and loving.
Thought you were going to say cooking, my sucking.
Those aren't traits.
Chrome.
Those are actions. You said traits.
You got to watch, George. You got my point. What on the score sheet? We're not talking about like those. Then we're on the side. That's all within my mouth. Score.
Okay, as far as what Heidi has against other women, as far as edge, she cooks. She's always been a great cook.
That I am. And it ain't family values because I can't stand my family. So you ain't gonna get me to say, I was just watching 90 Day Fiance and I seen all these family members up in the house and stuff, and everybody gathering all the time. The ex-wife up in the house with them. I was like, oh hell no. I said no. So it ain't family values. So we're gonna put that aside. So I'm lucky that I only have to deal with George's family on the occasion. So I'm a loner when it comes to that. But you weren't exactly with 8 people up in your house back in the U.S. either.
Huh?
You didn't like hook up with your family every week and they were over at your house all the time or over here. We only see your daughter come over on the occasion and your brother, so we don't always have family up in there.
No, they were far away.
All right, so cooking.
U.S. life.
There goes the cat fight. That sounded like us yesterday. Cat fight. That's probably Hitler and what's his name?
Hitler's his black and white cat.
He's got a mustache.
And he's got that Hitler mustache.
We call him Hitler.
So we call him Hitler.
He does. It's a black and white. And
it's a black and white cat with that thing in the middle. Yeah.
Okay, so cooking. Get around to it. Don't be shy. Sex life.
Oh, you know. Okay.
Look at George.
Okay, I've been with. Okay, again, I'm not trying to. I'm just saying I've been with.
I know that's going to make you all sick.
Age difference. I've been with younger and older women and real skinny ones, and
same here. George is not
and what I'm
tall,
saying is,
broad guy either. He's tiny when it comes to height.
What I'm saying is, again, it's not the size that makes you click in bed, if that makes any sense. But Heidi's really good, if that makes sense. This is the best one I've ever had.
We click. You guys may not think so.
Know?
And by the way, for those that know me, I have only recently, I've always been plus size and overweight, but really since we stopped going to the gym and my lupus hit and the steroids, I have put on substantial weight. And my weight is mostly contributed to medical and a lot of sugar.
Here's an important thing too. Whether you're male or female, you have to remember now the sex isn't a priority. It should never be.
No, because
here's the
always
thing.
Slows down.
Honestly, it's when I met Heidi, it's the opposite. And what I mean by the opposite is usually I'm the one working really hard trying to make sure that my partner has a good time. Heidi did the opposite for me. She's the one who showed me a good time. She's the one that pulled me out of
it was horrible.
This drudge and said, "Hey, George, slow down, live a little,
So what happened when we met after we started dating? I thought George was romantic. He came up on his motorcycle inside of a fancy restaurant. He had baked me cookies. Bonus point being I eat sugar 24/7. And he brought a stuffed animal. I was like, okay, how childish, but I'll deal with it. I sure like those cookies. No, I'm just kidding. But he was real sweet. And so then we just started going out. But the thing I noticed about George is he carried three phones around because of his business. He fell asleep everywhere.
I did carry three phones.
And he fell asleep pretty much when he arrived. And I was cooking all the time. He came to the house. We were going out and doing things. And he had no time off. He was working 6 days a week or hiring employees and he was working with his ex-wife. We had a lot of problems in the beginning that really where we butted heads. But I think the more he did stuff like that, the more I was attracted. And we're both stubborn and but he never took the time off.
Yeah.
I mean, like he was always working. And then when the pandemic finally locked us down, I think we were about a year into dating or less. Then it was a decision, of helping him with his company, um, and then whether we were going to get married, and a lot of things came at once. But you were a year out of your divorce.
Oh, more than.
Yeah, so there was a lot of different things. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, for those of you wondering why I have three phones, and I had to explain this to Heidi. If you have a business, this is what I recommend to you guys, okay, or girls. The reason why I have three phones is one is my
you're a
personal
slut.
phone, okay.
I mean,
One's personal, meaning it's an Xperia Play. It's like a PlayStation phone. If that phone rings, that means it's personal. It's family. It's personal. The other phone is for employees only. So if that phone rings, I know an employee is freaking calling it.
right. It was
Okay.
important. Yeah.
Right. And then the last phone is
Which
for
was smart.
clients only, which I know if that phone rings, somebody wants service. You know what I'm saying? But point being, that's why I have three phones. And if you have a business, it's actually, in my opinion, I think it's smarter to do it that way because you get to
Hey,
segregate.
Izzy and Chris is in there.
Yeah, you get to segregate your personal, your employees, and your clients.
I did have a problem. Like when I see all these dating shows or hear these other stories of Filipinas and all that, it's like, no, I guess I was kind of like that in the beginning. Because if it went off, his phones were always going off. So then he's silenced.
Yeah, of course they do.
And so it's like it started driving me crazy, but yet he's half asleep while his phones are going off. I'm thinking it's other women because he's nice with every single person. So, jealousy happens everywhere. George, we had morning show. The puppet's called Argo or Agro.
Aggro.
The guy who operated him would say things and act like you. Oh, okay. So you did. That's the one you showed me. Okay.
Anton says, George, you're invited to play Grand Theft Auto 6 in Mindanao next year. Okay, now.
What?
No, GTA. Grand
Yeah.
Theft. Okay, you guys know what Rickroll is?
Yeah.
Never gonna give you up. All right, you know where that came from? Okay, it came from 4chan. The reason being is in
That's. I think that's a lot of women though. Black brown.
in 4chan. When somebody says duck, then it turns into a duck roll, or if it's an egg, it turns into an egg roll, and then Rick Astley turns into Rick roll. Now, what happened? Now, the Rick roll that you know now came from because Grand Theft Auto, when it was released, the servers went down for the trailers. So what they did on 4chan, they posted, here's the link to the Grand Theft Auto trailer. So when you click on it, it goes, never gonna give you up. That was the very first Rickroll and never ended since then.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, anyway. Yeah,
if Filipinos had a choice and dated their age, they generally, standard would be how Filipino celebrities look, like how George looks like Donnie Yen of the Philippines. I think most Filipinos would date a Filipino. But here's the thing. You think about your first relationship, and most of these relationships that are going on with the Filipina and expat age gap, a lot of them, this is their first serious marriage or relationship. Some might have dated here and there, but I think in general, it's like my first marriage. It wasn't really for money or I didn't care. Most of us don't look for all those things, and we're mostly running on high testosterone and energy of hormones and all of that, and you're looking for that adrenaline hit in the relationship, and it's mostly about sex, 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 and you're young. You're really young and stupid. And I think we all go through that. I don't,
Young, dumb, and full of.
but I think the Filipinas, yeah, would probably prefer, a lot of them. Did you guys see Mommy Hi, Mommy Hey?
Mommy May.
Did you see her video? She finally showed the Filipino, and to me, he's not exactly in shape. He's a pretty hefty guy.
Well,
He's not-
we're not young.
but he's in the gym,
She's
so
not
at least
young.
he's trying.
I mean, I'm not trying to be offensive.
She's
she's
dating.
not.
She showed her
She's
Filipino,
she's on.
and he is
Yeah,
from
she's
America.
not young anymore.
So I think
she's younger
from
than
Los
us,
Angeles.
but she's
So
not young anymore.
she has actually chosen a guy that looks like he's going to take her to America. So the guy's well established with the business in Los Angeles. So it looks like she's trying to get up out of the Philippines for sure. So
Nice.
I don't know that he's
Good
going to
for her.
come live with her. So
Good for
yeah.
her. As long as it's the
But
right reasons.
I see. Yeah. Well, let's just hope she's not the common denominator in all the faults
Well,
of her
that's not it. The
relationships.
problem is she sure that that's what she wants? Because, I mean, you're here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, life over in the U.S. isn't as it's
Peaches and
easier
cream.
here, and I'm not trying to sell the Philippine life by any means. You guys never hear me
No,
say
it's
that.
not easy anywhere.
But
Anytime
it's easier
you
here.
anytime you leave your home country, like if she goes over there and that's her first time ever living there, it's going to be hard. It doesn't matter what opportunities. There's opportunities everywhere. And now these days, you're making your own opportunities
Well,
wherever
for
you're
example,
at, with
like,
all the online stuff
if I
and
were
ways of
to
starting
pay
businesses.
rent in the U.S. in my old living ways, it would just rent alone is $3,000. You live like the king for $3,000 here.
Yeah, that's the whole point. Yeah, by the time your Social Security and the rest of your crypto cashes in later down
Correct.
the road, then yeah, I mean, having an income like that. But if we took that same income and returned to the U.S., we ain't even joking. We'd be lucky to get by. We ain't gonna be going, exactly everywhere on that money.
Yeah, and
So
again, I'm not trying to sell the Philippines here, but things are so much cheaper here. Like, as in, like, even streaming services are way cheaper here. It's the same service.
yeah.
It's like Netflix is so much cheaper here. HBO is so much cheaper here.
Thanks, Lost
You know what I'm
PH
saying?
likes the adorable little puppy.
No, she is. She's a sweetheart.
Actually, she looks like a puppy.
She's a
officially-
forever puppy. That's what we
Yeah,
call
when
her.
she gets that haircut, she does look like a puppy. Mary will be she's already a year old because we got her in October. You gave her to me early, about a month or two early.
I had to because she's getting older. She was a puppy.
Yeah, so officially she's already a year old, but she's gotten a little wider. I think she's getting skinnier. She used to get a hold of the cat food. I won't let her eat the cat food. We put it up on the stairs, and she's got good dog food, but she just eats a few pieces at a time. She's waiting for me to feed her scraps, is what she's waiting for. Little pieces of
Yeah,
chicken.
gee, I wonder who trained her that way.
Yeah, I know, me too. Yeah. Hey, what's going on? RCDM is joining in. Yeah, Mary. Yeah, Merry, Mary, because I named her after
Yeah,
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas,
Yeah,
yes.
but my
Mary.
grandmother's name is Mary. Both Marys. Both of my grandmother's name is Mary. So
Victoria says, George, don't lie. Besides Heidi's great character, it was her height and the twin puppies.
yeah. My fun bags. Say it, George.
No, okay.
I don't
Again,
think he's a boob man. He had to put boobs on his last woman.
The first thing. Ooh. Wow.
Oh, did I say that out loud?
That's no big deal.
Well, that wasn't you. That was her decision.
No, I mean, of course.
George doesn't mind a mouthful.
I mean, if she wanted bigger fun bags, fine. But anyway.
No, not his decision, but.
But what I'm saying is, no. Well, the first time again, like I met Heidi again, I gave her and she gave me reciprocated a very big hug, and that from that moment on, I called her Bubbly Bear.
We have our good times. We have our bad. Like George is all my pain and all my joy and nothing in between. When he's good, he's good. When he's bad, he's bad. You can believe that song Thunder Rolls is pretty much us without the cheating situation.
Huh?
Thunder Rolls, Garth Brooks.
There's a cheating in that one?
That's what that song's about.
Really? No, I never really.
So, anyways.
Kind of like Mellow
It's a
Yellow is
ch-
about a vibrator.
Oh, wow. You had
You
to
know.
go there.
Yeah.
I thought Mellow Yellow was dealing with marijuana and
No,
acid.
it was a vibrator. It's about a vibrator.
Anyway, so the whole thing is that, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, I bet you guys are like this. And hell yeah, you see me walk off of here and cuss them out. But usually within a day, we resolve things, or 2, or 3, or 4.
If you don't fight, that means you don't care.
I think it's just too. Yeah,
If you
I think
don't
the
fight,
couples.
you don't care.
I keep seeing these ones where there's just nothing, and they're like, "Well, we never fight. We agree on everything, and we
Then
just
there's
go.
something
Something's
wrong.
There's something too passive on one side where they just go along and then they don't speak up." I've seen couples hold shit in like that where they never say anything to each other. My grandparents were a lot like that. My grandfather rarely said anything, you know, against my grandmother. He just went with things, but she also took care of every single thing. So he's like, this woman's going to take care of me
It's
and bring me my, like she would bring him his tea and cook and clean. And so the whole thing is if he just stayed quiet, he just pretty much had his life. Nobody bothered him when he read his newspaper. He went out for his walk and he was really consistent on everything. The whole point is the whole time he was being loved and taken care of. And I think he just went quiet. He was a very meek guy. Like he hardly said anything. You had to really piss him off to get him going. But what I'm saying is that also concerned me over the years because he also didn't, he didn't, you know.
Well, you have to think about it
never
this
seen
way.
him fight ever.
I know a lot of expats complain about this. For example, like when you as an expat, mostly guys, because that's the majority. So when a male expat talks to another woman at a mall, example, and then your Filipina sees it and she loses her shit.
She
Okay?
could just hold on to that and not talk to you for days.
Well, here's the thing. If she didn't do that, that means she doesn't care about you.
That is true. If
She has that attitude like, okay, you can have him. No,
and
no.
some
I
have
get
confidence.
I
Some
get
will
the
have
confidence thing,
but
but
there's a limit if the guys keep
well, the confidence thing, remember, it goes both ways. Because here's the thing. If she has that much confidence, she has that much confidence to leave you too.
Mary,
You guys have to take everything in consideration.
yeah, Mary does that. She's talking about how Mary doesn't like the camera. No, Mary, she always is stiffened up where she does.
She acts like she's a hybrid.
She kind of just stiffens up and
Yeah,
puts her nose. We can't get her to
Yeah,
relax
she
either.
raises her chin like she
Yeah,
shows
she
off or
does
something.
some. Yeah, it's like if you stand her a certain way, she's like an Irish pointer
yeah.
setter. But I don't know. She usually does. She'll come up and jump and play when the camera's on. She's even whipped around and looked, and when you hold her, it's when she gets weird like that.
Her parents have papers, and some of her brothers and sisters have papers. She doesn't. So technically, I guess she's a discount puppy. But no, she came from a good breed. Yes.
The honey trap.
Oh, the honey trap. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of going through there. Is there anything at the bottom? Yeah, guys, be sure to hit the like and everything on here. We're going through some of these comments here. 90% of the time, long-lasting relationship as the result of the Philippine syndrome. A lot of them don't even work out. We're not going to say that they don't, but there's a percentage of guys that actually leave here. They can't handle whether it's their relation. It's like every story that comes out in the news, and I know it's the news, and we talk to people in person. When these things go down, it's always dealing with my Filipina did this, and that to me. Now the expats are to blame. They drink. They got their own personal hygiene issues. They've got all these other things. So it's not only the Filipina to blame on why relationships crash, but I always hear, well, the Filipina did it, and the Filipina did it, and she did this to me, and they're always like so victimized and everything. But things go south, and then they can't handle. It's a combination thing. They can't deal with the weather. They can't deal with the traffic. They can't deal with other Filipinos. They can't deal with the noises. That's what I said. All these other factors could cause a very negative effect on the expats leaving. And then on top of that, you have where people forget, and I think George forgets. I'm still the foreigner here. I'm still without my entire family, and there's a big change. Even 5 years in, it's like there is a toll on every foreigner that comes to another country. Everybody that comes here or goes to another country, or the Filipinas, you forget that when she comes to America, that all of a sudden she's isolated, no familiar faces, no other Filipinas are with her, and she's missing her family. And so there's a change in traffic and people and food, and it's not always for the better. You you can go from being poor in with a bunch of rich people and it doesn't change. Contrary to belief, I was with that multimillionaire. Just because I was in two penthouses connected at the top of a building in Florida did not mean I was happy. I had this big ass bathtub and gigantic bed and everything was fancy. It doesn't change things. Like when the Filipinas, you think you're taking her from a shack over to America and you put her in a 3-bedroom house, 4-bedroom house, whatever you guys are doing. It doesn't
Oh,
always bring happiness for them.
thank you for reminding me. Heidi was on TV too for one of those tennis tournaments.
Don't start.
True story. Okay, we're not. I'm not gonna say that story or
It was Jimmy Kimmel.
yeah. But anyway,
He said, "Yeah." Then I remembered it was Florida.
yeah,
So
no,
he
no.
was
Heidi
talking
was on
about during a
TV.
tennis
Yeah,
match.
I wouldn't say. I wouldn't mention that. I
Right.
wouldn't.
So he's
No
like, it
details.
was a
No
couple
details.
in the background,
They
and he
don't.
said, then I remembered there's a
Yeah.
bunch of old people in
Yeah,
Florida, so
but
couldn't have
no.
been true.
Heidi was on TV. Yeah.
No, Jimmy Kimmel was one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, really. Yeah.
So,
I forgot.
anyways,
Yeah, you reminded me because of okay. Heidi told me the story. Because she talked about the people she dated before, so that's how I know. But anyway,
yeah, I didn't know there was a tennis match going on outside that was on national TV. How did I know? And what I do on somebody's balcony is nobody's business. And I can't help that the tennis guy yelled out, "It can't be that good." And I only found out about it 24 hours later when somebody says it was on national news and it went all the way to
Who
Jimmy
told you?
Kimmel. One of my sisters.
Oh, your sister told you. Okay.
So
You made it to TV, yeah. National
yeah.
TV.
Yeah, it doesn't make me famous though, but it's funny they made T-shirts.
There was TV back then. Holy cow, that was a long time ago.
Well, not really. I mean, I guess so. So then you dipped in the honey, George. How was that, honey? That's just it. It's like I can't get me enough Georgie honey. I mean, wait a minute. Can't get enough honey out of George. George, how's that honey?
What?
Come with me.
Sometimes I wear a milkmaid outfit, just saying.
You're in the 90%, huh? Oh yeah, the French Baker. That's a great place. I love bread.
Oh man, you miss what do you call it? What's that place we used to go to?
Yeah, we haven't been to Bread Talk.
Yeah, Bread Talk. Yeah. Oh my god.
That's just it.
We don't need no water. Let the.
I wish I was eating per my weight. I really do, because you would think I'm sitting around eating 3 pizzas a day.
I eat
and
more
tons
than
of
Heidi
bread
does
and
all the
sugar,
time.
and do I eat the wrong things and the calories add up? Yes, but it's not matching because of my menopause and no, it's just nothing. I don't have any thyroid and I'm on steroids and we need a pizza. Let's see. No sweets. More like baguettes. Yeah, bread's still sugar. In the end, flour will still turn to sugar.
Well, especially the bread here, it's sweeter than normal. Yes.
Yeah. Play on, playa. Play on, playa.
Play on, playa.
Yeah. I think so. I never dated an Asian guy, and I am a little rough around the
I
edges
get that all the time.
because I'm kind of, as you can see, I'm a little bossy and loud. I don't have any, what do you call that? There's no filter. I've been like that since a little kid. If somebody's haircut was fucked up, I'm gonna tell you right away. Or I rarely go silent unless I'm just nervous that I'm gonna choke you instead of pet you. I've just always been like that, and I think George brings a peace and quiet where I bring the craziness. And then there's times where I'm like, calm down, George, because there's times George has been off the chain, and there's a balance.
Although full disclosure, I'm usually quiet Other than a live, of course,
You
because
know, he usually is quiet. I mean, he
yeah,
can go silent the first half of the
we're live
morning.
right now. I'm at entertaining mode. So basically, if you take
He
me to
could
a
go
party,
quiet the rest of the day. Yeah.
I'll be entertaining. But if you have me at home, I'll probably most of the time be quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Is there anything else in there? Of course, want to say hi to Izzy and Chris because yeah. Yes, there's where she had mentioned the twin puppies. Yeah. Oh man, that Coldplay incident.
Jose Del Negro says, "I understand the obsession with Heidi. She has
Hey.
boots on the ground, and she has flipped the script on us. Iconoclastic she is. She shatters my mythical world." So basically, what Jose Del Negro is saying is she's the real deal, and she's telling you how it is.
Yeah, kind of. There's a lot more I'd like to say, more political on both sides of the world, and I try not to because yes, it's mostly we're here to still be a form of a community, whether we're gossiping, whether we're telling truths, no matter what, we do this for the people in the entertainment side of it. And we don't want to lose regulars. We know people are coming in and out. We appreciate everybody's situation, but sometimes whether you're here in the Philippines or the US or Canada, you got to open your eyes. There's so much going on in the world. There's a lot of misinformation. Nobody knows anything inside and out, but there's still what's called common sense about the whole thing going on in the US. There's a common sense factor that's missing on the whole situation of what's going on in America. And it's not good. It's not good what's going on in Washington. To wrap this up, it's not good what's going on in Canada or the UK, or there's just a lot going on in the world these days. And so you just gotta,
Yeah. Since Heidi mentioned UK, yes,
barbecue,
a lot of British people are and Australians 'cause
taxidermy.
they do leave their countries. And again, I'm not saying again come to the Philippines or anything like that. But what I'm saying is it's a worldwide
A lot of
issue.
sugar and everything. Most
Yeah.
definitely.
No, the Philippines is
Sugary
they're
and
sugar addicted.
salty
Yeah.
and oil. So I've already told you because when I first got in the Philippines, I was not on steroids on the very occasion. And then when I found I wasn't moving as much, the lupus seemed to set more into my body. Like, because I'm not like I wasn't in the gym several days a week. I was no longer walking around. We were no longer traveling and on the move, vlogging all the time. So the less I moved and then moved, it seemed to hurt my joints more. Plus, the lupus got worse. But then I was eating sugary items. I was eating all the new food, packaged foods. And doc says, man, you got to cut out all that. That would take away at least half your pain. Help you lose a little weight too, but everything here is sugary and oily, and
Have your joints been hurting a lot lately?
it's the weather right now.
Yeah, no,
We've
no,
had so
no.
much
Because
rain.
I haven't told Heidi my joints are like been acting up lately. It's the
No, it's
weather.
the weather. I
It's
didn't
the
think it
weather.
had anything to do, but it's the pressure
Yeah.
and the storms and stuff, the
Barometric pressure, yes.
and it does. I didn't think it. I used to think my grandmother was full of shit. She said, "Oh, it's going to rain," and my joints hurt, and I was like, I just like, did you see? So my grandma would say that it was going to rain and that her joints were hurting. I was like, "Eh, it's raining and no water coming down on your grandma is going to hurt your legs. What are you talking about? But back then I didn't understand the science. Didn't get to the library that day. You know what I mean? There's no way to look that stuff up except for somebody to tell you that.
Right.
But thank you guys for joining us. We will be back Saturday, which is our 5th anniversary, which I'm not celebrating with him. I'm bringing in my boyfriend Pedro because it is our 2nd anniversary. Yeah.
Chocolate rain.
Chocolate rain, chocolate rain.
That's purple rain.
That's not Pedro's.
I hope he does a better Dirty Sanchez than I do. Just saying.
All right, guys. Thank you for coming in today. If you're not subscribed,
Thank you. Say your goodbyes, guys. Thank you so much for being with us. Don't subscribe, don't share, don't do any of that.
consider membership. Go check out some of those old videos. And it helps feed the cats, and it keeps George's lights on in the doghouse outside. Helps support the Antics crew because this shit ain't paying, man.
Yeah, like Expat says, thank you again for the gift membership. It's really awesome watching members only videos.
There's a bunch of them, and I don't know how many are in there. But
Yeah,
we
I
need to add
enjoy the
some
Mexican Antics and other awesome broadcasts. Victoria says one of my brother
Yeah.
lives in Indonesia, owns a guest house with his wife. He works in mining Australia. Fly in, fly out. Yeah. Our top fans of today
Yeah, who is our
is
top fan?
Michael Onstad. Okay. Pom 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 pom. Michael
And thank
Onstad.
you for the sticker.
Like a Spot is number 2. Raymond Walker is number 3. Ruby number 4, and number 5 is AI Coconut Guy. And
see you later.
thank you
Slick
so much for
Rick.
the
Thank you,
support.
Victoria. Thank you, Michael. Yeah,
Michael
Michael that got
Onstad,
us a
thank you so much for the
sticker.
support. Appreciate
Yeah.
you so much.
We appreciate it, guys.
Yeah.
It lets
Thank you,
us
Ted, for
know
being
that you
here with
guys
us.
care. Yeah.
Thank you, Victoria.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
And we
We
will
love you
see
all.
you on our 5th anniversary.